I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. Soul been torn, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and norm when you see them others perform. Organized chaos. Okay.
Yo, we here. Yo, we are here. Knicks Nation, we here, boy. Salute. Hold on, let me put this. Fix this. Salute Geraldine. Jet for Life, salute. My man Chuck, salute. Marcus 5160, salute. Salute, y'all. How y'all feeling tonight, man? What we got to talk about today? I'll put this mic on a good angle. I'm trying to think of the best angle to put this, but yeah. It's all right. We're going to be good regardless, man. What y'all feel like talking about today, man? Knicks at Night podcast, man. Shout out to Knicks at Night podcast. Shout out my man Freezy. Shout out my man Hadouken. He held it down earlier. You know, what we talking about tonight? What we talking about tonight? The future of the Knicks? Who? Any players? Any specific players? You talking about the NBA? It don't matter. It really doesn't. Because I don't know where to start, man. I could talk forever, man. Y'all know this, man. You know what I mean? Y'all know this. I'm trying to think of a good angle. I won't be able to see y'all, man. Well, I want y'all to be able to see me. NFL? Nah, it's Knicks, man. It's Knicks. I mean, we can throw a little NFL in there, but it's mostly Knicks. This is mostly Knicks at night, man. You know what I mean? I love to talk about NFL, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Future of the Knicks. Okay. You talk about the future of the Knicks. You know, I like how the Knicks are, you know, as far as the offseason goes, I'm content with the moves made. You know what I mean? Because it's not like the market was that big. You know, other teams got the superstars. Other teams already have superstars, and other teams got who they wanted in free agency. You know what I mean? Fournier's cool. Kimber was cool. You know. But you know who the powerhouse teams are. You know, they got their players, and you know we're gonna see how the season plays out. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can't call the season Because y'all know what teams I'm talking about when I say powerhouses. You know what I mean? There's one on the East, there's one on the West. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a few others. But you know who I think is going to make it to the finals. You know, but anyway, sorry. As far as the Knicks go, as far as the future of the Knicks, I like that, you know, we getting younger while we get older. You know what I mean? All right, we can compete. We can compete. But as long as we get younger, that's cool, man. Because I want to see how the future Knicks go. Like the young core, I want to see how that pans out in the future. Mush and Knicks and 6, salute. Machiavelli Wealthy, salute. Let me go on this. Let me go on this from my phone. Yeah, there we go. So I can see everybody. We're much at the top of the case. Kimber. Yeah, I'm trying to think where to start. That's what I'm really trying to think. Where can I start? You know what I mean? I've been ghost for a little minute. You know, that 1 minute, you take a day off, you way off. Like Joel said. So I'm trying to think. Like, I missed a few shows, man. Actually, no, I caught most of the shows, but I've been, you know, trying to catch up on rest lately. Ain't really been no real Knicks talk. We ain't talk about Nerlens Noel. We ain't get to talk about Nerlens Noel, and they probably did another episode. Freezy probably did another episode with you know, talking about Nerlens Noel and the Rich Paul situation. Like, I wanted to touch on that situation. I never got to. I think we touched on the contract that Mitch had. Machiavelli salute once again. I'm trying to think, man. I'm not trying to think really where to start, yo. So I'm gonna ask y'all. In your opinion, do y'all think there's? I'm not gonna ask who, like what player you would want here, but what kind of player, you know, do you think the Knicks need to be better going forward? Like what kind? I mean, as far as like, you know, like stretch 4 or let's see, a stretch 4, stretch 5, a lockdown defender at the 3, the 3-and-D wing, athletic wing, a pure shooter, you know, a sniper, you know, a old point guard, veteran point guard, a young point guard. What do y'all think the Knicks need? What's one player that y'all would like? Y'all would prefer, you know, the Knicks to have? You know what I mean? You know, what type of player do y'all feel would elevate this team? Just the type of player. I don't really need any names. Hadouken, what up, bro? Hadouken Sharon, you know, superstar player. Okay, yeah, we do. I do want superstar players too, though. I want superstars here too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Why is my time off? My time is way off. Whatever though. Yeah, we do need all of the above. We do need all of the above. We do. We do need a stretch 5, a stretch 4 if we could, or a 3-and-D wing, athletic wing. I guess I pretty much threw out there what I would want, what type of play I would want. Hadouken, salute. You know, shout out to Hadouken. He had his debut today, his first episode. He did his thing. You know, I checked that out. If y'all ain't already, you will. Hadouken's probably gonna be on here to cook. Chuck will probably be on here to cook soon. We do need a superstar player, though. You're right, Chuck, because you know, you look around at the other teams, and the other teams seem to be established. A veteran would be nice. Other teams seem to be Knicks need a veteran. SF, I can agree with that. Or SG, okay. You look at the other teams that are, you know, other teams are established. You gotta look at, you know, for example, a team like the Bucks. The Bucks are established around Giannis, so you already know how that goes. You know, Giannis and Chris Middleton kind of like that was kind of like their building core. You know what I mean? More so Giannis, I guess, but you know, Chris Middleton gets his props because he was there too. He was pretty much there around the same time Giannis was drafted. He's there around the same time. You know, and the Pistons drafted him. The Pistons drafted Chris Middleton, but you know, I think they waived him when he went to G League or something like that. He went to G League, you know, ended up on the Bucks. So you know. Teams have that establishment already. Every team has that. That's what we need. So we're trying to establish that now. Salute, Julian. What up, bro? Dame Cat would be good. It's just a matter of how we get him. I'm all for Dame here, but it's a matter of how we get him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind. Like if he was a free agent and we got him, I like this past free agency, I would take him. I'll take him over Kemba because Dame don't get hurt. But it's all about. I'm not trading for him though. I ain't doing all that. Or an All-Star C. Yeah. What's now? All-Star center would be good. You know what I'm saying? That's why Miles Turner's name has been kind of like linked to us for a while now. That's why Cat has been linked to us for a while now. I wouldn't mind either one of them. I wouldn't mind either. I think they'd both be solid. I would prefer Miles Turner because of defense, but he's more hurt. So I guess I'd take Cat over him because the best ability is availability sometimes. Like, and Cat is talented. He's better off. He's more offensively gifted. It's just the defense. You're the guy. It's a layup line if he's guarding you. You know what I mean? Like Miles Turner, at least you get some type of defense and some scoring and some 3-point shooting. But the best 3-point shooting big, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is Cat right now. I think it is Cat, yeah. As far as percentage. Turn the bell on. Yeah, Chuck. I had to set a reminder. That's when I remember. I set a reminder when Hadouken went on. That's when I'm gonna start doing that, setting reminders. I don't usually set reminders. I usually just remember the time. But today was kind of like a busy day. Like I was out. Where. It's funny. Oh. But yeah. All the Knicks missing is a dominant scorer. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when we had one on the team, we gave him away. I mean, it's not that we gave him away. We didn't take the proper steps to build around him. We didn't do it the right way. When we did have one. So I fear what this team does going forward until I see something, now. Until I see something now with the new Knicks. Word. Cat would fit the Knicks. He would have to play defense on the Tibbs though, which I think he would. I don't see Cat complaining, but I don't know. Spider would look fan. Honestly, out of all free agents, I think I'd want Spider the most. But we already got Fournier. I don't know when Spider's gonna be a free agent again. He got extended by the Jazz, but low key he wants out of there. So it's like, and that's why we should have just drafted him and we wouldn't have this problem. But Fournier might be trade better along with Noel. I don't see. The only thing was, I mean, I guess they said. I guess that's why Ron. Shout out to Ron Cleveland. I guess that's why Ron always says don't get attached to don't get attached to no players, even your favorite players. Like, I don't know. I would just like Fournier wants to be here. Like he says he wants to. I would just hate to trade him. After we just paid him the bag. I mean, if we trade him, we get that massive contract off the books. But I would just hate to trade a guy that wants to be here. Like he claims he wants to be here. I would just hate that. But if I had to trade him for Spider, I would. I know Fournier don't want to play for no Jazz, but that's his problem. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I guess you can't get attached because these guys, they get millions. What am I getting attached to a player for? You know what I mean? Word. So I can't feel bad. You know what I mean? I'll take Mitchell right now. So be it. Just put RJ at the 3. Keep Kemba. Or hey. Y'all did. The problem is everyone wants to be a superhero. Hey, Machiavelli, you talking about when we had Melo? Or you talking about when we had Melo? Yeah, when Melo was the scorer, then yeah, they do want to be. Some guys do want to be the hero at times. Some guys do play hero ball. You know what I'm saying? Which would be detrimental to the team. Oh my goodness. It's all about tired. It's all good. I got my energy. Yeah, I mean, I hate to stay hung up on draft choices, but as a Knicks fan, I gotta get Can't get attached because they would do if the team were garbage. No, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't get attached. I do like players as a Knicks fan, and I hate to see certain players go, man. But I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Will Salkin, salute, brother. How are you, man? I miss the Jason Carroll Iverson. Yeah, I mean, I miss those too. I miss those guys too. I want to definitely have to see what we. Yeah, me too. I want to see what we have. So that's why I like. Fournier probably would be trade bait. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he has like a crazy year, like a real good year, he would be. But the thing is, I just don't know who for. I mean, if Donovan Mitchell's name pops up, that's one guy I can't lie. That's one guy I really want. I really want Donovan Mitchell. Like that's one guy I would take right now, like in a trade. Like as far as like linked to us, yeah, I wouldn't trade RJ, but I'll trade some guys. Sorry, I wouldn't trade for no Dame or none of them other guys. Denny Land, salute, brother. Salute. Good evening, brother. You can't help but get attached. So I mean, yeah, it happens. Like as a Knicks fan, it happens, yo. Like I'm a diehard Knicks fan. It's the only team I care about. I don't care about. I like other players. Other players are talented. You like other players, but as a Knicks fan, like I'm gonna want a guy to be on the Knicks. I'm always asked like, why'd they let him go? He could have, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, but whatever. Oh, my man G Money in here. I ain't seen G Money in a minute. Salute, G Money. How you, brother? I ain't seen you in a hot minute. Hope everything well. Word. I think I should sit over there back there. It doesn't even matter. It don't even matter right now. But yeah, I would like I mean, the team already. We already got a full team. I mean, the team already went in this direction. So be it. Maybe this team can get something going. You never know, yo. You never know. The Suns made their little run. They made their run. With Chris Paul at the helm. They made their run with Chris Paul at the helm, and like I kind of knew they was gonna be good because Chris Paul's one of them guys, like, is a veteran point guard. He changes the trajectory. Like, no matter where he is, he can probably play till 40. Unless he decides. You know what I'm saying? Unless his body, gives up on him. Donovan Mitchell would be. That's the only guy I kind of like. That's the only guy I kind of like would like, is Donovan Mitchell. Like, I don't care about no other guys right now. Like, with this team, like, I'll trade Fournier because I'll put Donovan Mitchell next to RJ right now. That's what I would do. I'll put him right next to RJ. Keep Kemba. Maybe trade Kemba, I don't know. I would hate to trade Kemba, but I mean, hey, somebody got to go. You already know somebody got to go if we trade for Donovan. Like, and one of them would be Fournier. I'm sorry. I'll just do it. I'll trade Obi quickly. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got to go. And then we draft in some more youngins. That's all. We can still get younger. Then again, no, you have to give up some first-round picks. Yeah, that's what sucks. Donovan, one thing with Donovan, though, I think he would like to stay here, though. Like, he wanted New York in the first place. So I would hope that he'd want to stay. You know what I mean? That's one thing. You can be sure he would want to be here. I think he has a relationship with Leon Rose. So if he tells Leon Rose, like, yeah, I don't mind being here for the next 3 or 4 years, hey, we can make that move happen. We for sure he would for sure he would stay with us long term. King Ruby, we have a super chat. Yeah, I can't get freezy here through super chat. Culley, Ben Simmons was a topic today. Yeah, Ben Simmons, had we moved on Ben Simmons, like had we moved on him, I would have been okay. I'd have been okay. I'd have been like, had we moved on him before we got acquired Evan Fournier, I'd have been okay. You know what I mean? Because you could put him right next to RJ, and then you still get a point guard. You still get a solid point guard. Of course, a point guard that can shoot, obviously, but that's your perimeter defender right there. But Simmons is another guy you have to give up a lot for. I don't mind none of these guys that was like linked to the Knicks. I don't mind none of these guys as free agents. None of them. Because if we have the money and they like to be here, then I'll take it. It's just giving up is my problem. Because the Knicks just haven't proven to make good moves. Lately, yeah, they made some stellar moves, but they haven't trade wise. Nah, I'm good. I'll take Ben Simmons though, but I don't know. Thanks to Phil drafting Frank Mitchell as a Jazz. Exactly. We missed. All this wouldn't even be an issue had we just drafted the man. You know what I'm saying? Like Frank's not even in the league now. That's just what pisses me off as a Knicks fan. Like I'm tired of guys that we take that are not in the league now. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name so many, and it's just I hate it. Like given Joakim Noah's still getting paid. He's not even in the league right now. He don't play for no team right now. We still owe Phil Jackson at the time. I mean, that was years ago. We should stop paying him. But, fired him after like his, what was it, his second year as a president GM? Like, just stuff like that just pisses me off. These guys are just not being in the league no more. Like, why take them? And I just hate these moves. Jeremy and Grant, we traded him away. I mean, everybody gonna say he sucks, but it's like, come on, we drafted him. We drafted him. Porzingis not in the league right now. Or Porzingis might be on his way out the league. If he can't stay healthy, he might be on his way out the league in a matter of 2 years. No value. King Ruby, hold on, let me see. See if I tell Free to do a super chat. But yeah, Cuz Kicks and Knicks, salute, brother. Noah off the books. Yeah, like I'm saying, like it's just paying the guy. That's some more money we could have, and paying him, he's not even here no more. You know what I mean? Oh my God, these moves, man. I just hate it, yo. What else do we have? Frank, not even in the league no more. Things like that, yo. They just throw me off. We had the worst management for decades. I'm just happy we're relevant again. Yeah, yo. Oh, man, yo. Like we got set back. Lonzo out, too. Lonzo on the Bulls. I mean, unless you mean we could have got him. But, yeah, we had so many, we got set back for so many years because of stupid moves. It's like, you can't be a championship team. You can't just get lucky trades and hope for a miracle. Like it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? If miracles work, we'd have tanked and we'd have got the first round pick. You know what I mean? The closest we got to the first was the third, which is cool. We got RJ. That's cool. But like no good karma works on our side. We gotta build what we got, flip it if we could, and just work from there. But you gotta draft better. How you think these teams? Come on, Philly drafted Ben Simmons. And look, they competed, and then look, they're in a position to make a good trade for a superstar player, even if it's long term or not. But they're in a position to make a trade because they drafted the right way. I mean, it took years for them to draft to get it. They drafted Nerlens, he was injury prone. Jahlil Okafor was injury prone. It took years for them to get it, but they got Embiid, they got Simmons, they got a solid team, and they could trade off Simmons, a guy who was good for them and a guy who panned out good for them, and what's the name? And now he's trade bait, and they can get a good value. They can get some valuable pieces for Ben Simmons, yo. That's why you build the right way through the draft. Because if the guy doesn't work, when I mean he doesn't work, even if he's nice, he gives the team a good 3 or 4 or 5 years. Once he gets disgruntled or he can't get him no help, at least if you trade him, you can still get value. We don't have nothing to trade. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about trading RJ for Dame. RJ only been on the team for 2 years. And you want to trade him already for Dame? Like, come on, let's build a superstar, man. Let's build one. Word, the guy just got value. And the only way RJ got value is because he's played. That's why he has value, because he actually got to play starts. That's why he even has some value. Now, imagine him having a breakout year and then people saying, trade him. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Salute, Cap Goppo, by the way. -2 Trill, salute. Trier. Yeah, Trier's out the league. You know what I mean? Well, Trier was a low risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of like a second round. He was an undrafted pickup that the Knicks had. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. That's a low risk, high reward. And yeah, like I like Trier, but hey, he got himself out the league, I suppose. I like Trier, but he's replaceable. DSJ might find DSJ, yes, he got a invite to the Blazers. I was thinking about that today too. Like, what if he does Hold on. Wait, I might have a link for y'all. Let me see. Let me see. I got a link for y'all. I'm gonna put it. It's just a matter of Freezy coming in and you know. Oh wait a minute. It's just a matter of Freezy coming in and getting y'all in you know. Pause. Yeah, there go the link right there. I think that's the link. What you think about Monte Ellis trying? Oh, Monte Ellis is trying to come back? I didn't know that. I know he was coaching. I was just watching the video on him. He coaches was a high school team, a little kid, young team. Does he have sons that play? He coaches their team or something like that. That's good though. That's good for Monte. Monte actually should have been on the team. I wish he was able to still play for a team and compete, you know, for a ring. Monte changed his game up because he was a black hole, but he ended up, you know, Rick Carlisle made him a playmaker. Monte was an elite level 3, just crazy scorer, yo. I would have loved him here too, just off the bench or something. Like I thought Trey was nice. You know what I'm saying? It's his attitude. Yeah, he act like the dude from the movie Boogie. Remember the dude from Boogie, the Asian dude? Had that attitude, like, you know, he knew everything. Like he do it. You know what I mean? Well, listen to his coach. You know what I mean? Like he had an attitude like him. I didn't know Monte Ellis was trying to come back though. That's dope. I hope he does and make a squad. You know, JJ Redick, would you want? I like JJ Redick, yo. I wouldn't mind him. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I would just hope that everybody knows what we be getting out of him. Like, you know, you're not getting defense. That's an old link. Okay, I'm gonna send you a new link. You know that when it comes to JJ Redick, you know that you're not getting any defense. You know, because JJ Redick was a good defender in his good years, but you know you're getting shooting. That's all you're getting, shooting, and that's about it. You know what I mean? You're getting a veteran shooter. And I'd be okay with that. I'm okay with that. He probably get a lot of playtime in front of the youngins. I already know how that's going to go. But, you know, if we do sign him, at least then we know what's up. You know what's going to happen. Like, you know youngins is not coming in before JJ Redick. You know. Imagine he go to the Blazers. Imagine who? Trier? Lonzo? Oh. Imagine. Coach RJ checking in. Ellis would be good on the Blazers, yo, off the bench, like, to, like, back up Dame. But see, Ellis would be better. Oh, man. I don't know how Ellis would play now. I really don't know. He'd be solid though, like if he was still in the league because of what he brings, because he brings scoring, like a bench spark. So he'd be like good for he would be good for that Blazers team behind Dame and CJ. He'd be real good behind them because of the scoring. Ellis would have been good for a lot of teams. I would have loved if the Warriors took him back, like behind Curry and then Clay. That would be dope, yeah. Because he would fit like they. Warriors are more about scoring and not so much like a defensive team. They're all about, you know, high octane offense. That's pretty much what they're all about. The threes, like they're gonna stick to the threes. Like he'd be good because he could score. You know what I mean? Him and Curry didn't mesh. Yeah, I mean they didn't, but you could still bring him back though. You could bring him back off the bench. It's all about the roles and the fit. That wasn't a fit. Everybody knew that wasn't gonna be a good fit. Them two playing alongside each other. Guys that needed the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like Clay fit just perfect. Like, you know, 6'7", could defend. He doesn't need the ball to play off ball. Ellis wasn't really a play. It was one of them would have had to play off ball. It wasn't gonna work. No more guards shooting or point, please. What do you mean, the coolest 7-8? For what team? Him and Curry. For what team? The Knicks? Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Clay took the spotlight from him. Yeah, I mean, you know what it is? Clay he had better potential. Like I said, he could defend. He was taller. He was a deadly sniper, disciplined. Like there was no disciplining Monte Ellis. Like he was what he was. Salute, D. Coolest. 718, salute, brother. Yeah, you knew like Monte Ellis, he was what he was at the 8, like when he got traded to the Bucks, like he was what he was. Like, but he would fit. I think he'd fit now. As I'm saying, you could find a role for him now off the bench. I think it would be solid. With Kerr coaching, it's not Mark Jackson coaching. It's Kerr now. I think him and Mark Jackson didn't get along, but that's something else. I know Mark wanted better for him though. Word. That's so freezing. What's Freezy doing? Yeah, I got y'all, man. Y'all gonna get a hand cook in a minute. Yeah, the Knicks. No, I mean, yeah, I know you're talking about with JJ Redick. Yeah, we didn't get no wings. I mean, had we got some wings, yeah, I would love that, but it's whatever, man. I would have loved a nice 6'9", 6'10" wing, just on the perimeter. I would have loved it, but so be it. That's what I think we need, but we'll see. We'll see about this team going forward. We're gonna see, man. It's gonna be a lot of good team defense. I don't know about individual. A lot of good team defense. The guys are gonna commit. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna play good team ball. They're gonna form together as a unit. Camaraderie, I think, is gonna be there. It has to be there. Like when Reggie Bullock was here last season, and the camaraderie got stronger. Like I can see this team having good camaraderie. Mid toward the end of the season, coming together to win tough games. I can see that happening. They have to. If it doesn't work, then we're screwed. Because the East got better, and we can't do that. We can't fold like mid-season. And yeah, like Hadouken said maybe 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, let's get them likes up, man. Like and subscribe, hit that bell. Like my man G-Man always say, you could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. You know what I mean? Y'all here with me. You rocking out with Culley at night, Knicks at night. Time is 11:06. We rocking out at night. Knicks content. Hit the likes for your boy, man. I'm gonna I'll get some music for y'all. Don't worry. I'm gonna get some music on here for y'all. Word. If I gotta get them likes up, if I gotta blast some music, if I gotta get some music on here to get the likes up, I will. As long as put the clamps on them like last year, scoring on, get us over the hump. Yeah, guys gonna have to commit. And it's really the thing is it's the NBA is more of a speedy game now, so it's it's really about defense in the clutch. You know what I mean? It's really about defense at the end of the games, and stops, like key stops at the end of the game. So that's what it's really about. We need guys like that, like guys that can make a guy fold at the end of the game, and create a turnover, things like that. We need guys like that. Thank you, Jeff, for life. Marcus 5160, salute. Thank you. How you feel about what Bullock said? Leaving Knicks for Mavs was a no. You know what? I didn't even hear what he said. I heard something like that though. Like he slighted. I've been a little late with the Knicks stuff. Some of it. I didn't know he said that, leaving the Knicks. Well, it was because he said that because of the money. Cuts, kicks, and Knicks. So thank you, brother. Salute again. Thank you for rocking out with us. Cuts, kicks, and Knicks. Everybody subscribe to Cuts, Kicks, and Knicks as well. He did his thing over there. He said that. Watch RJ cook him. Oh, he did say that. Okay. What else did he say though? Was it because of money, or was it just because was it the better deal he got on the table? I heard something along those lines, yo. I didn't think too much into it. They said IT was in great shape. I wanted if you're talking about Isaiah Thomas, I wanted him back, yo. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted Isaiah Thomas on the Knicks. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted Isaiah Thomas on the Knicks, yo. I wanted him. Because he's another point guard that was in the cut lurking, and he offered himself too. He offered himself to the Knicks too. He tweeted it or something like that. He put it on IG. It was something. He was like, yeah, he said something like, I'm available, or something like that. I'm like, the Knicks should give him a look, yo. We just need a point guard. He'd be better than Peyton already. Come on. Monte, Lance. Oh, they all worked out with the Mavs. Nah, that's dope, yo. That's dope. Lance Stevenson. I hope Lance gets on. Yeah, I hope Lance gets on the team too. That they would all three of those guys would be good help for. I'm not gonna lie. If they all work out well, they'd be good for Luka. They would be like a good supporting cast. Like all three of them. Like, Lance would be a good supporting cast to Luka, like a guy that could create someone. You don't look to him to like be a superstar, but you know what he'll give you. You know what I'm saying? Same with Monte, same with Isaiah. Yeah, Marcus 5160. Yeah, we mainly talk about the Knicks. We might say throw some stuff out there here and there, but like with other sports, but it's mostly Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Mostly Knicks and NBA over here. I did too, Culley. Facts, yo. I wanted Isaiah Thomas, yo. Like, yo, like, come on, he would have loved it here. He's fully healthy now. I mean, like, come on, with the short contracts, like, let him rock. He's a point guard, yo. He's better than Alfred Payton. Like, come on. Pretty much saying he went to a better team with a superstar. Let me scroll up. Oh, like that's what he was saying. Oh, so that's funny. I mean, I guess that's how he meant it. Oh, I mean, I guess he's saying that because of Luka. Like, whoa, like Randall didn't have like a good year, but okay. I forgot about Lance. He fell off quicker than expected. He did. He fell off the face of the earth. He did. I like Lance too. I always did like Lance, yo. And he was, Lance, exactly. -2 trill, exactly. Lance was on the buyout market. He was on the buyout market, and it's like, yo, like, why didn't we take a chance? Like, he was on there. Rondé Hollis, Jefferson. There was a lot of guys on that buyout market that we could have just snatched up. You know what I mean? Just to help us, to give us like a little push. Lance was there. Lance, like, Lance. I always like Lance, always, yo. Especially as he got better from on the Pacers. Like, I like Lance. He was there. He was on the buyout market, yo. And we just didn't take a chance on him. Hoping that's a vet that plays exactly. Any offers for Frank yet? Not that I know of, yo. Not that I know of. On top, that'd be another homegrown Nick. Which one? -2 trill? I forgot already. But yeah. Salute Greenhouse. Salute, brother. Reggie said it was a no-brainer. And it was. He wasn't getting 3. So I'm thinking was it for the money? He wasn't getting 3 years, 30 here for 30. It got to be low vibration to feel like it was a shot. Mm-hmm. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah, I felt like he was talking about the contract. You know what I mean? I mean, even if he did take a shot at us, so be it. It is what it is. I mean, Reggie, I ain't losing sleep over losing Reggie in free agency. You know what I mean? Like, but don't get me wrong though. He's like, shout out to Reggie Bart. I thank him for what he did for us when he was here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played defense. He hit down some shots. I mean, it ain't do much in the playoffs, but he had it was a good season. Everybody else on that Knicks squad that contributed, that was a fun season. I can't lie. That season got me through hard times. Hey, Culley, how you doing? What up, G Money? I'm gonna get y'all in here, man. I don't know where Freezy's at, yo. Freezy's sleep at the wheel right now. NBA did him dirty. He wasn't that bad. Which one? Hadouken, you talking about Lance? Lance. If you're talking about Lance, yeah. Lance, NBA did do him bad, yo. It's always something with the NBA. You're just like these guys can't contribute. Just blackball. I don't know. Notice the league does all injured guards dirty. Oh, you know it. Eli M. Salute. How's everything? Yeah, the league does. They do guards dirty, yo. They do. I don't like that at all. They do a lot of players dirty. How y'all feel about he been out of the league for like maybe it's almost 10 plus years now. How y'all feel about Roy Hibbert? I would say Roy Hibbert got done dirty. But I mean, I guess because he didn't, you know what it is? He just didn't adapt to today's NBA. He probably wasn't going to that well. Now he got done dirty, yo. He can't no team. I mean, but end of the day, I mean, he lived out his dream. I mean, played in the NBA. He was an eraser in the paint, so. But he ain't no guard. I mean, Michael Beasley, I feel like done. But then again, Michael Beasley did it to himself, though. All that smoking weed and all that crap. Like, he did it to himself. Damn. I don't know where Freezy's at, man. I'm trying to tell the brother, wake up at the wheel. Trier. About Trier. We could have had Kimber from BX, Lance, BK, OB, Arsenig, Gibson. Yeah. I mean, NY squad. Yeah, I would love like I would love Lance here, but I don't know why we just never took a chance on him. Now I'm sure he would love to play for the Knicks, at least for 1 year. Even if we get him for 1 year, like the guys are he's from New York. Like I don't know. Maybe I should make that a thing. Like if a guy's nice and he's from New York, he should play for the Knicks 1 good year, at least. I can name so many players from New York. You know what I mean? Like Donovan Mitchell, we talked about him too. Just he's from things from upstate. I forgot what part. Just oh man, I wouldn't want him on a 1 year though. I want him on like a committed to a 3 to 4 year. Like we could have ego bruised. Yeah, maybe. Yo. I mean, he didn't give up though. J Boogie, salute, brother. Salute. 3 capitals. Hit that like for young holding us down. I tell you like, oh man, paid in full. I see you. Facts. Now I appreciate that, J Boogie. Salute, J Boogie. Hopefully, J Boogie rocking out with us tonight. Hopefully, getting up here on the panel. Yo, I don't know what Freezy's doing, yo. I really don't know. You know what? Is there another show on? No, I don't know. I know there was another show on prior. I don't know. Maybe I'm lost. I don't know where Freezy at. So it's full backstage. They're fighting backstage, man. Guys in the backstage fighting now. Word. That's always happens when you leave people in the backstage for too long. I don't want to keep texting. You feel me? I don't want to keep texting Freezy. Let me see. Let us in. Yeah, man. See, I got some angry some angry party goers backstage, yo. Oh man, but yeah, one of the players from New York. Hamidou Diallo. Imagine having a New York squad full of guys just from New York. Yeah, that'd be so dope. You pick the Knicks squad for the Knicks. All guys: Lance, Kimber, Hamidou, Donovan. Who else? I would say Kylo Quinn. I gotta think of somebody else. It's a few guys. Freezy's taking a power nap. Probably, yo. I went out. Yeah, probably. He been active all day. Like there was a lot of stuff today, man. He had the morning show and the power couple, and he joined Hadouken show. And he had a show prior to this. I think it was it Freezy time. He had that one just prior. So maybe. Oh, there go Freezy. There y'all go. There we go. All 5 boroughs in the starting lineup. Oh yeah, let me get back to the players. We go Duke, Danny Lands.
Culley, salute, brother.
G Money. You know G Money? Okay. Salute, Danny. How you, brother?
I'm pretty good. Yourself, buddy?
Good, man. Good to see you, man.
You too, man.
I'm just trying to think. What are the players from New York? Y'all know? I'm just trying to think. What if we had a full New York squad on the Knicks? Oh, Tobias. There we go. Tobias Harris. Yeah. Drummond's from Mount Vernon. Drummond's from Mount Vernon, White Plains up there. That's right.
The Tobias played right down the block from my house at Half Hollow Hills High.
It's Suffolk, right? Was it East Hills?
Yeah.
Another one, Danny Green. Danny Green would be another one for the Bomber, drinking Isaac. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, I forgot Danny Green. That'd be a nice. If we had a New York squad like with the guys from New York, that'd be a dope squad. Yeah. It would be dope if one guy from New York can give the Knicks like a year, even if we don't get them.
Oh, we got put in.
Yeah, y'all in.
I left for like a minute. Oh, what's good? Everyone was good.
Jersey. I mean, if y'all want to include the Jersey guys they can go play for the Nets. I don't know. They can play for the Nets. Yeah.
want Donovan Mitchell.
That's who I want, man. Like I'll take Donovan.
How you getting Donovan?
Free agency. The next
Offer them Kevin Knox.
yeah, Kevin Knox.
And a bag of peanuts.
And some peanuts, yeah. Yeah, Jersey a dub. He said Jersey. Oh man, Freezy from Jersey. He gonna see that.
Quiet Money was good.
Quiet Money salute. Yeah, brother. Canal band salute. Oh, 19 Common, NYC. I forgot to say salute, brother. I know this is what NYC is, but that's a good New York club right there. Yeah. I forgot to buy it.
Chill.
Lance Thomas is from Brooklyn, y'all. No? Nobody wants Lance Thomas back on the squad?
You said what?
said Lance Thomas is from Brooklyn. Nobody wants Lance Thomas back on the squad?
Oh.
Lance Thomas was
I used
good.
to like
hard.
Lance Thomas.
Yeah. He played hard as he could, yeah.
He was cool. I mean, he was old. Like he was old, but he used to hit those wing threes occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally. So
Monta Ellis is trying to come back, huh?
Yeah, him, Isaiah Thomas and Lance Stevenson had to work out with the Mavs.
Ellis used to be a beast.
Yeah, on the Warriors he was.
He was a
But they
beast.
traded
Back
him
then.
for Curry, which was not for Curry, but like for Curry to shine, which obviously was the right thing to do.
Yeah, because
He took a good risk.
one of them had to go. You already knew that. One of them had to go.
Yeah, and
No, the coolest he was.
They said Isaiah Thomas was looking in good NBA shape. So
You got Jet
I mean, they all, if in my opinion, they all should be in the league. All of them should be in the league.
Yeah,
Like on any team, like whatever championship contender or something like that.
Kenneth Farid, Moutier, who else?
Yeah, Fareed. What happened to him?
Michael Beasley.
Beasley, yeah.
Farid tried out for the Blazers. I don't know how it went, but I mean, he probably be good off the bench for the Blazers. The Blazers need everything they could get right now.
They're gonna get DSJ most likely.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
He'd be solid.
I like DSJ. I hope.
Yo, you heard Paul Millsap went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Did they clear LaMarcus Aldridge to come back too?
Yes.
Yeah, he might come back to the Nets. Most likely he is.
DeAndre Jordan's on the block.
DeAndre Jordan on the he is.
Yeah.
He could help out. I think he should go to the Sixers. I don't know.
They just got Drummond.
I mean, not the Sixers on the Celtics, but only thing with what was I gonna say? One thing with him is he's old. He's injury prone now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He can't. I don't know how much he'll help the team. Celtics can use.
How about back in Phoenix with Chris Paul?
They just got McGee, and they got.
This got McGee.
Now, so,
Forget it.
He got to go to like a team that wouldn't even work. I don't even know what team Jordan would fit on.
DeAndre Jordan, yeah, me neither, yo.
Like he was already on the Mavs, then he went to us, and then he went to Brooklyn. So I mean, I don't know like a certain team because a lot of teams have like two centers. Like the Celtics got Cancer, and they have Robert Williams.
Are you breaking up?
Yeah. Who? Me?
What about
Wait, do I sound far? Or
You good? Or we broke up?
I said, do you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We broke up.
Okay, I thought you said. All right, yeah, that's my bad.
No, look at
I don't think DSJ is trash. I actually like DSJ.
Nah, DSJ is solid, yo. He wasn't a fit here. And
Bro, people forget he was going off on Dallas in his rookie year.
He was going off.
We're talking about Delano Smith Jr.
When he first got traded here, he was going off, actually. Now, hold on, wait. Before I continue, my fault. ADC and Chuck.
Easy,
fired, man.
G-Money's waiting backstage.
Brother. ADC, Chuck.
Yo, you breaking up? That's why
You're
a
good?
little bit cut out. I can't hear you sometimes.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Shit, man.
Salute everybody. How's everybody doing, man?
Salute.
How about you?
Chuck, how are you, man?
All right. My
I mean, no,
looking for something to talk about. I was actually looking for something to talk about today because I wanted to do a little pod, but
right.
I'm just tired of talking about this Ben Simmons. So
Yeah, it's been all day Ben Simmons, right?
Yeah, so I just said let me just jump on here and talk a little bit with you guys and chill out for tonight and think about something tomorrow, something like that. But
There's Freezy. Freezy's in the corner there.
Yeah, he's about to bring G Money, I think.
Freezy is in the house. Freezy is in the building.
The Hornet? Why he said the Hornet?
Salute.
G Money was good.
Money.
What's going on?
Money.
What's going on? Nice to meet you, Danny. How's everyone doing?
How was Ghana?
Ghana was great, though. It was amazing.
Yeah, I know you went there for like a month.
Yeah, I did. I went there around like June 12th, and then we came back around like late July.
Oh, that's fire.
Let's go, brother. I would love to go to Ghana. Man.
Yeah, I suggest you should go during the summer because during the summer it's not super. I know during the summer it's a nicer place to go, so I would if I were you.
Right.
Lucas.
This little man, Danny.
Doesn't want to sleep. 8 years old and he's still awake with the switch.
He's a Knicks fan too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Derrick Rose fan.
Yeah, me too.
D Rose underrated.
I don't know how someone can't be a D Rose fan. Like I feel like you can't hate D Rose, to be honest. A lot of people can't hate him.
I agree. He's very humble. He plays with heart. If Derrick Rose didn't have that devastating ACL injury, you can argue at that time he was the best point guard in the NBA at that time when he was healthy.
Oh yeah, he would be up there with I would think he would be second to Curry if he was healthy.
He was athletic.
Or probably, I don't know if he could be better, but because Curry is crazy, but he was the youngest MVP and that dude was going off. So he definitely could have been number 1 or 2 as a point guard.
Facts. He was a good playmaker. He was athletic. Derrick Rose in his prime was a dog, man.
Strong guard.
He was strong.
Yo, I hate the what ifs, man. So many good players get injured in just bad moments in their prime, and it just ruins everything.
Exactly. Like what if you kept? And I have another funny what if. Remember when KD touched the line in Game 7 against Milwaukee? That's another what if in NBA history. What if he would have moonwalked behind the 3-point line? The Nets arguably would have went to the finals. Because let's be honest, they would have beat the Hawks in the West Eastern Conference Finals, and they would have played an inexperienced Suns team. You can argue that they may have won the title if Durant would have just stepped back behind the line.
Yeah, he stepped on that line.
He stepped on that line. If you're Giannis,
that shot was crazy though.
If you're Giannis, you're thanking KD for not cutting off his toenails. You're thanking KD. Because think about it. If Durant just doesn't wear a size 18, Milwaukee goes home.
Yeah, he had to say KD is the best in the world. I generally think he is, to be honest, in my opinion. I think he's the best player in the NBA. But bro, that shot was crazy. But I was speaking more into injuries changing like a single person's whole career. And when that happened, with Greg Oden, what happened to Greg Oden, it's just sad, how he had all these knee injuries, but it's that Portland is just cursed with big men.
Isn't Oden playing again? I think he's in the big 3 now, right?
Nah, Oden retired. He's gone. He retired.
No, he's completely retired. Those injuries just picked up too fast on him. It was bad.
Another player that kind of gets cursed, CP3.
Yeah, there's something wrong with him, bro. With his something with his mental
shoulder injury. Hamstring. This past season the Suns kind of blew the series against the Bucks. I was in fact wrong, but most of the time it's either had some injury or some matchup that was tough. It's Chris Paul to me is one of the most unluckiest point guards in NBA history.
Yeah. He could end up being a great point guard that never won. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just so weird.
2021 with the chance. If he would have won the title, if the Suns would have somehow won the championship, you can argue would have been a top 5 point guard of all time.
He would have got one before Stockton. He would have got one before John Stockton.
Yeah, what happened to Deron Williams? Remember Deron Williams?
Darren Williams, yeah, he was nice in Utah, but he didn't want to listen to Jerry Sloan, and then he kind of became a little bit egotistical, and with the Nets, he kind of underachieved.
With the Nets, he fell off. Like, I've never seen nobody fall off that quick.
He fell off, a little bit.
Oh man,
horribly.
Yeah, he didn't want those bright lights, yo. Deron Williams did not want the bright lights. Maybe he just didn't. He lost the desire. I don't know what it was.
Even Paul Pierce even said it himself. Like Paul Pierce even said the Nets at the time with KG, who was old, Jason Terry, who was gone midseason, Joe Johnson, Brook Lopez, who was hurt at the time, and Darren Williams, they just never had chemistry.
Yeah, it's funny because that team, they blew all their draft capital, and you look at them years later, they got it back, and they got a team to compete for a ring again. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, Moises Guerrero, yes, he's an MMA fighter now. Deron Williams.
Wow, he is? Whoa.
Yeah, he got his own gym. He opened up a gym, an MMA gym. He does the MMA. I found that to be so surprising, yo.
He opened his own gym? Wow.
Yeah, I think he's from Texas. I don't know if it was in Texas or I think it's in Texas, his hometown.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, he's in the gym, and he's doing the UFC thing. I found that to be so interesting. I learned that last week. Like, wow.
Right.
Back, yo. That what if question. There's too many what ifs, yo. Too many solid players that was just
injured or a missed shot or like Patrick Ewing. What if Pat Ewing would have made the layup in Game 7 in '95 against the Pacers in the second round? We may have won the game in overtime because don't forget we were down 3-1 in that series.
When he went for the finger roll, right?
Yeah, the finger roll. If he either dunks that or makes it, we go to overtime. More than likely, we may have won that game in overtime. We would have played an inexperienced Magic team who got mollywopped by the Rockets. Who knows? I don't think.
Yeah, because Patrick Ewing, he probably could have. He might have.
He took off too early. He thought he still had them young legs. That's why he finger rolled. He took off too early.
Yeah, too early. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Way too early. He couldn't dunk it from there.
True.
Yeah, like what the was he doing jumping from there, yo? It's too painful. That is painful. That's like sad. I'm about to watch that video later too. I'm about to watch it now actually while I talk to y'all just to look at it.
99.
We should have beat the Rockets.
I agree. We should have won 94.
Because Ewing was going in against Olajuwon.
He was.
And not so many people do that.
Right. He matched up better with him than Shaq did. Shaq didn't know what to do with Olajuwon, yeah.
Hakeem was underrated, man. If you don't have Hakeem in your top 10 center, you're crazy. Hakeem Olajuwon is arguably the most skilled center of all time.
Yeah, him? Yeah, for sure. His moves, the dream shake.
Drop step, dream shake.
Oh, my goodness. What he did to Shaq?
Shaq, David Robinson, Carmelo.
Everybody.
Charles Barkley.
I'm sorry. I think that Rockets team would have gave the Bulls team trouble. That's just my
opinion. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Here's what I think.
I know they gave him some trouble, yeah.
Right. Some people say the Bulls would have won 8 in a row. I don't know about that. 94, I do think the Bulls win, but 95 with Clyde Drexler, the Rockets would have won it.
Yeah, but that Rockets team, like, yo, they what's that? 90, they was a 15 team too, if I'm not mistaken. Was it 15?
6 seed? They were 6 seed.
6 seed, yeah. That's a 6 seed team, yo. That could have just. That's the team that won it all that year. Yeah, they won it all.
They won it all. They were the 6 seed. They beat the Jazz at the time of 5-game series. They beat the Jazz in 5. They were down 3-1 to the Suns and came back. They beat the Spurs in 6. And ironically, the Rockets won all 3 times in the Alamo in San Antonio. Yeehaw! Also, they swept the Magic, including overcoming a 20-point deficit in Game 1 in Orlando.
They made Shaq look silly.
Yeah.
Shaq and Penny. Yeah, that Rockets he was underrated.
And that was the thinner Shaq too back then.
Mm-hmm.
He was defending him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greenhouse just said Wilt is not a top 2 center. How do you guys feel about that?
Wilt not a top 10?
2.
Top 2.
Top
he
2?
said not. Wilt is a top 2 center.
Well, why do you feel that way, Greenhouse? I want to know what Greenhouse is. Larry Johnson, man, that 4-point play, man. Yeah, what if they stay with the Knicks? It wouldn't have made a difference if Jalen stayed with the Knicks.
Oh, LJ?
He'd have been solid.
Yeah. Another what if Pat Ewing getting hurt with the Achilles in '99. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been the Spurs. I don't know about that, but we would have won 6 games at least.
We would have at least competed, yeah.
We were right there. It's just that we just didn't have enough big men to stop Tim Duncan and David Ross in the Twin Towers, man. And Avery Johnson hit the game winner at the baseline. We had a good team in '99, very good team. It's just that the Spurs were just deeper.
We had Canby back then, right?
Yeah, we had Canby, we had Thomas, we had Sprewell, Houston, we had Ward, Childs.
Wow.
Did we have Larry Johnson? Yeah, we said
Yeah, he was there too.
He was there.
Yeah, we had a solid team, yo. We man, that hurt to lose.
Yeah, man. Every time you watch the Avery Johnson shot, you're like, if that shot doesn't go in, it may have had a game 6.
Yeah.
I don't think we win the series because we would have had to win twice in Texas because at the time it was a 2-3-2 format.
Yep.
So if we win game 5, we have to go to San Antonio and win twice. I doubt it, but we would at least have an opportunity.
Right.
But Ewing was injured. What happened to Ewing? Is that when the Lang knocked him down? Was that when Andrew Lang pushed him down or something? On the Hawks?
Wrist,
right?
He got hurt in the Pacers series. No, he got hurt in the Pacers series.
Oh, man.
Man.
Imagine they would have had him for that series.
Somebody actually injured him, wasn't it? Wasn't somebody that injured him?
I thought it was Andrew Lang who pushed him down. We got to get Freezy on. He'll know that one.
Probably.
AD would know.
Oh, yeah, AD for sure.
Definitely know. AD not on here. I don't think.
Where you at? Where you at?
Well, speaking of AD.
Freezy, stay here.
Yo, so the Lang injury was separate. Andrew Lang broke Pat Ewing wrist in 2000.
The wrist, Lang, yeah, told you.
Yeah, under the backboard, he shoved him on a layup and broke his wrist in 2000. But Pat Ewing had a high ankle sprain that led to a torn Achilles. He was playing on the high ankle sprain when he should have rested. And it's the same thing. Remember the thing with Kevin Durant again with the Golden State Warriors, where it was like a high ankle sprain and all of that stuff, and it finally led to an Achilles.
Yes,
that's what happened with that.
Okay. Man.
So Freezy. So it was which one? My fault.
Andrew Lang.
Andrew Lang. That was in 2000. He said he broke his wrist in 2000. And 99, Freezy said high ankle sprain that led to a torn Achilles.
Oh my God!
Why did we treated Patrick Ewing like crap, yo? Them last years.
The last years, they should have never traded him. Never. That was the worst thing to ever do.
Was it Seattle? I think we traded him to the Sonics.
Who we traded for? Glenn Rice, Vin Baker.
Was it Jerome James? No, right? Not Jerome James.
I think Vin Baker, right?
I think Vin Baker. Was it Vin Baker?
I heard Vin Baker works in Starbucks in Rhode Island.
Glenn Rice was on the Lakers in 2000, by the way. Glenn Rice, I think, came as a free agent 2001. Yeah.
I think it was Vin Baker and some other dudes.
Yeah.
That was bad. They should have just let him play it out. That was a bad move. I was a diehard Ewing fan.
And he retired as Orlando Magic. And ironically retired as Orlando Magic. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt me, yo. We treated Ewing like crap, yo.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That was
terrible.
His last years.
Right.
It's like how they treat like some of the former Knicks players, like Oakley. What's the situation they did with Oakley?
That was disgusting.
That was terrible.
I didn't respect that. You see,
that was terrible.
You see, sometimes Phil Jackson and Dolan at the time, they treated Melo like garbage, and they didn't treat Charles Oakley with any sort of respect and honor. It's like this. I think Dolan said, "I hope you get some help." That was so disrespectful, man. Like,
yeah,
come on, man.
That's like thank you for all these years, right? That's how they thank him.
That's crazy. That's
Charles Oakley, especially throwing himself all on the floor, all over the place.
Charles Oakley, another one played hard for us, yo.
Oakley, Starks,
but y'all can't have it. Y'all can't have it both ways, though. How do you say? Well, y'all can't have it both ways. How do you say that you like Marcus Camby and then you mad that we traded Oakley for Marcus Camby? It's either one or the other. You either like the Camby trade, you know what I'm saying, trading for Camby, or you dislike it because you traded Oakley.
No, I mean no.
Oakley,
We like both of them.
Oakley was mad. Nah, Oakley was mad at the Knicks because the Knicks traded him to Toronto. That's where all the beef started.
Exactly.
No, I get that, but I'm saying we like them for the 10 years that they had with the Knicks.
Right. We appreciate both of them.
Yeah, we like Camby for his time here. I mean, yeah, trade. I mean, the trade. I don't know what the trade was about, but I like them respectfully both for their time.
It was about getting younger and more athletic. The Knicks needed to get younger and more athletic.
You got a better
shot. And Charles Oakley both came out in the '85 draft.
True.
Right. What year was that? Was it 99, 98 we made that move?
99.
I think it was 99.
I think.
98.
Yeah, Marcus Camby was dope, yo. I'm trying to think, when did we trade off? When did we eventually trade off Marcus Camby again?
To
the Nuggets?
Was it to Denver, maybe? Might have been to
McDice?
Probably. And McDice was
he's another one. Knee injury.
We got
I was at that draft, Culley, when the Knicks traded for him. I was at the Garden that day.
Wow.
The Knicks drafted Nene and they traded him for McDice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We also had Steve Francis, but he was old at that time.
Guys, when they were shells of themselves. I can't believe that was. I'll leave that for Freezy and that Knicks freestyle. I'll leave them to talk about that. That's just That's up. That's their lane. That was horrible though. Yeah, McDice. Man, he only played I think 2 games for us. I think.
Wait, how many games?
I think 2. Was it McDice?
Only 2?
I think. I gotta look again. Let me not drag it. Let me not over exaggerate. It was a few games. He couldn't stay on the court. He couldn't play. Yeah, knee was done.
His knee was bad.
Knee was toasted.
Yeah.
McDice had double knee surgery. We should have never traded for him.
18 games with us. He played 18 games in 04.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. All the Knicks pet played with were overrated. Never played with good players. So Houston, he had Strickland, but they traded him.
Hey Culley, here's your boy McDice. This is for you. Check out this picture.
Oh man.
Wow.
I got that jersey, bro. When the Knicks got him, I was so amped up when they got that guy because he was a beast back in his days.
Yeah, he was a 20 and 10 guy.
Beast.
Was a 20 and 10 guy. Yeah.
He was like a Stoudemire dunking on people.
Speaking of Stoudemire, his first year in New York, he was a
beast.
Fun of stats at the time. It's just that the whole with him and Melo, they never consistently, gelled though. But before Melo, Stoudemire was a beast.
Before they traded for him, they made a mistake. They were playing great without they traded for Melo.
You can't really blame the trade because here's the thing. You got to look at the guys we trade. Gallinari was okay, but not a star. Felton was mediocre.
Chandler was all right.
Chandler
he wasn't a star.
He was okay, but after he left New York, his career went downhill. Mozgov was actually decent with Cleveland and Denver, but I can't blame the trade anyway. That's just me personally. Because most guys didn't pan out all that great, I should say, when we traded for Melo, if you look at it.
They traded for a guy that was in his prime that wasn't injured.
Right.
Or injury prone. He was 25 at the time. The people that we traded away, it's not like those guys went on to become all-stars or borderline all-stars. None of them did. The problem was Melo didn't fit what they were doing. Amari thrived because that was his coach, and he ran that system, the system that made him the superstar that he was. Well, at least before he got injured. So Melo was used to playing one style of basketball, and that was ISO hero ball.
Right.
So that didn't fit with what they were trying to do. And since Melo didn't buy in, it never really came together until they got rid of D'Antoni and Mike Woodson took over.
Mike Woodson, we were great with Mike Woodson. In 2012, I think we were 18-6 with Mike Wilson, and then 2013 we won 54 games. And speaking of 2012, one of my favorite Nick eras, Linsanity. That was awesome for us, man. Linsanity in 2012.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Saturday.
I mean, hitting game winners on the Raptors, doing with Kobe Bryant, rest his soul. Hitting tough shots against the Mavericks, who were the champs at the time. He was doing it all. Jeremy Lin was doing it all at that time in 2012. It's just that he and Melo never connected. I mean, we love Melo. Carmelo Anthony is a great Nick, great player. I'm just saying that sometimes his attitude got the best of him. Sometimes.
Well, you gotta understand. You gotta understand the era in which these guys grew up watching basketball. It was about the superstar. He played with Allen Iverson before he got traded. And you know how they did in Philly with Allen Iverson. It was Allen Iverson's show and a bunch of role players. That's why they didn't beat the Lakers.
Right.
Because it was Allen Iverson and a bunch of role players. So Melo had the mindset like, yo, I'm the man, and that's that. Now let's not get it twisted. Jeremy Lin didn't ascend after he left New York, and it was like, oh my God, I can't believe we let this guy get away. And I think he kind of hurt himself when he sat out the rest of the season,
right?
Because he didn't want to get hurt and he wanted to get that contract,
right?
Right. Jeremy Lin, I mean, he was good in New York, but like you said, his career kind of went downhill after that. The good news for him, at least he has a championship. That's the good news for him. But with Toronto, but other than that, after New York, like you said, Chuck, he never became the same, exciting player we saw.
One thing with him, he was always hurt, yo.
Yeah.
And you know what it was? When he went to the Rockets, he wasn't a starting. He just wasn't a starting. He couldn't be a starting guard. You know what I mean? He would have been better off the bench for the Rockets.
Right.
And get some experience coming in off the bench, and then maybe then you could fill in as a starting point guard. But for the Rockets, he was always hurt.
Right.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to take off yet. But one thing with Jeremy Lin, I could be objective. He started catching up to the NBA. He started getting it together, getting his confidence. But it was just we stopped him. I remember when he was on the Nets with Russell. I thought it was going to actually be solid, but he got hurt.
Decent. Yeah, I think torn his ACL. Ironically, he's torn his ACL the first game. I think it was his 2017-18 season against the Pacers. Ironically,
it was 2016-17, I think. Or, yeah, I think it was 2016-17.
I think it was 2017-18. That's what I think. And then, it was probably 2017-18, yeah.
Yeah, he tore it, and he tore it, and that was it. And and I knew he was going to actually get it together. He played all right. He played for the Hornets prior. He was all
right. He was decent in Charlotte.
Yeah. Okay. But my favorite part was Shumpert. Canal. My favorite part of Linsanity. Shumpert was one of my favorite players on the Knicks show.
He was athletic, free, can posterize, can shoot the free. He was a good player.
I was so mad when we eventually traded him off. I was so mad. Like I was hot.
Shumpert?
Yeah, remember we traded him and J.R. Smith to the Cavs for a bag of donuts.
Not even that. 2 Chico sticks and a Jolly Ranch.
Chico sticks. Jolly Ranch and a Mountain Dew.
You want to know why they? I'll tell you what. That's funny. You want to know why they made me so mad? Because Shumpert, prior to us trading him, when his name was in trade talks, he was linked to good players like Lowry, Randall. He was linked to actual talented players. And then when we finally traded him, look what we got. Like what Chuck said, Chico sticks and the Jolly Ranchers.
And Mountain Dew.
And Mountain Dew, to work it down. I was so mad. Like we got Lou Munson, we got Lance Thomas.
Oh.
Kirk with Alex Kirk.
I mean, Lance was all right, but Lou Thomason, really? Lance Thomason was decent.
Lance Thomason was okay, but it wasn't.
It wasn't, like you said.
2 guys that we just traded to a championship team. I don't like.
We got that guy Amundsen too.
Yeah, we did. We had him in 2015. But remember the Knicks were a disaster. We won 17 games that season. We had Lou Amundsen. Here's our roster: Alexi Shved, Lou Amundsen, Kevin Ware, Langston Galloway, Clay Anthony Early, Shane Larkin.
Travis
The The Knicks were so bad that year. Our games were flexed off the air. Check the amount of national televised games were flexed off the air.
Dallenberg. Yeah, we had a bad.
Dallenberg. Oh, boy.
That was a bad team. Oh,
It was not.
that team couldn't even beat us on the panel here now.
Yeah, we'll beat that Knicks squad.
We would run right past them.
2015, yeah.
Culley had destroyed them.
Destroyed them. And then Melo was hurt. We destroyed him. Melo sat out with me. He just said, "You know what? I'm out." I like Langston Galloway. He was promising.
He was okay. He was their best player, I think.
Yeah,
Galloway. Yeah, Galloway's a decent player.
he was the one that was ready to step up. Like when Melo wasn't there, I thought that was actually okay. No,
We also had Tim Hardaway that year. Yeah, Galloway's a decent player. Galloway.
no, I actually liked Chevette though. Was Chevette that bad? I remember watching him some games. He wasn't that bad. But maybe
He was
he
decent.
I don't know.
Alexi Shved, he was decent. He was all right in New York.
Remember we had Ricky Lito. We also had Ricky Lito.
Ricky Lito.
Did we have Landry Fields? No, not yet, right?
Yeah, we did in 2012. And then he went to Toronto.
We dealt him by then.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we dealt him.
God.
Yeah,
We dealt him. He never been.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We traded him in the Bargnani trade.
oh, Bargnani.
Oh,
my
Bargnani.
God,
Don't bring him up.
Bargnani.
Oh,
Guard Bonnie.
Bargnani.
Yeah, we traded- that pick was Jamal Murray. That pick ended up being Jamal Murray.
Man,
That pick was by Denver. It was owned by Denver, and we traded Marcus Camby, I think Steve Novak, and
Steve Novak.
Novak was nice, though.
Novak.
I love it.
Novocaine, baby.
Why did we trade a sniper for what? For Barton?
Because he
And
couldn't.
Bojan?
Because if he was not open, he couldn't get open himself,
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't.
and he played zero defense. Zero.
Zero.
defense.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah.
Yo, I would have loved to have one. That team that we had, yo, I would have loved to have one with Steve Novak on the team. I would have loved it. Steve Novak was just a good player, man. I liked him a lot, man.
He can shoot the rock, man.
He could
Oh,
shoot.
yeah.
He
Oh
could-
yeah, definitely.
Like at least like all 3-point shooters today should kind of like be like JJ Redick. Like he's not gonna create, put it on the floor a little bit, or pump fake, dribble, take like a few dribbles, pull up. I like those are the 3-point shooters of today. Like Steve Novak didn't even do that. Like that's how bad it was. But he was a sniper though. He was deadly.
Novocaine.
man.
Yeah.
And I remember he and J.R. Smith had the best chemistry. Did you like notice that? Him and J.R. Smith in 2012 always had the best chemistry. And
Yes.
And speaking of J.R. Swish at the time with the Knicks, his best year was what 2013 when he won Sixth Man of the Year.
What?
His best year with the Knicks was in 2013 when he
was 6 man. That was his best year I ever seen. JR.
What was he averaging? 18 a game?
Around the 18. He was giving us 20 bombs, 30 bombs. I mean,
He was mature, too. Very mature.
He was hitting game-winning shots. I remember he hit a game-winning shot the day after Christmas against the Suns. I remember he hit another one against the Hornets the same month. J.R. Smith was big time. It's just that what killed him was that offense, was that altercation with Jason Terry in Game 3, 2013. That kind of screwed him up. It screwed us up.
Yeah, he hit him, smacked him with the elbow, and just was never the same. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb.
I was like Jason Terry, right?
Jason Terry. Yeah, that was Game 3. That was dumb right there.
Yeah, that was bad to me as a Knicks fan. I was like hurt by that, yo. Because it's like, come on.
Right. We may have swept the Celtics. We may have been we should have been in the Pacers. We had a good team. We should have been in the Pacers, but the antics, the rebounding, the age, it's like that's why we couldn't get past the Pacers. I wanted us to play the Heat so much. I want to knock off the Heat. I couldn't stand the big three Heat at the time.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see. Now, before you get to that Heat team, that Pacers team, I was mad because these guys shot what's the name? They shot 46 free throws, yo.
Sheesh, they just killed us with the size. Roy Hibbert looked like the second coming of Hakeem Olajuwon in that series. Second of all, David West looked like the New Orleans Hornets version of himself.
Yeah.
Lance Stevenson looked like an all-star at times in the series.
Crazy thing is, we could have won that game, yo, and we lost because of the free throws, yo. That's the real.
That and also Melo got rejected by Hibbert. If he gets the dunk, Because remember, Shumpert was red hot in that game.
Right.
If he gets the dunk, we probably go up by 3 points. If we win that game, we go back to the Big Apple for Game 7. I'm pretty positive we would have won Game 7, and we would have played. I know you don't want to do what ifs, but I'm just saying, like if things go our way, we play Game 7 at home. I think we win that. That is me. And then we play the Heat. I don't know if we beat Miami, but we would have given them some trouble.
Right.
We were down 3-1. Don't forget, we were down 3-1 in that series.
Right. We was down 3-1. We came back Game 5 in New York. We were supposed to turn it around Game 6, and then we got cheated. Sorry, we got cheated. I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna blame the refs. I ain't gonna blame the refs. I mean,
yes, I'm gonna blame 46 free throws in a playoff game. I'm gonna blame them.
Yeah, I was after that game. I was like, bank accounts need to be checked. Every ref's bank account, their family's bank accounts need to be checked because there's no way they shoot almost 50 free throws.
Free throws, yo.
Come on, man.
And as physical as Melo is, and he ain't get okay. The block was good. That was a clean block, but come on, as physical as Melo is, you mean to tell me Lance and Paul George?
Oh, we were up by 2. My fault. We were up 92-90 when Hibbert had that block. Excuse me. If Melo dunks, then we'll be up by 4. My fault.
But that was a clean block, though.
That was clean
block. No, that was a clean block, but it's just everything else. That just like I mean that block was the turning point of the game.
Big time.
But just everything else, like there was a lot of fouls, should have been fouls on both ends. Yeah, refs were full of it, but it's whatever. They didn't want to see us go against for one, they didn't want to see us in no Game 7. We would have ran them out Game 7.
I don't know about blowout. Relax. It would have been a close game, but I don't know about blowout. I don't know about that.
No. Well, okay, maybe not a blowout, but it would have got ugly because of that environment. They would have been in hostile territory, and I want to see that. Like as far as like revenge on the Hawks, I want to see. I would love for us to play the Hawks. Of course, I wanted to go to Game 7. I want to just beat them, but I would love for us to beat them in a Game 7, and I would love to beat them in hostile territory. I would love for them to lose in the Garden, in our environment. I would love to beat them in our environment, so the crowd can tear them apart after the game.
Right.
We have to get better. So
I agree.
Next team in the first round series, and I would love for it to be against them.
I don't hate the Hawks. I mean, I don't hate the Hawks. I mean, Atlanta, they have a nice young talent. Trae Young looked good very good in that series. Bogey hit some big shots, especially in Game 1. I mean, the Hawks, they just had more shooting. That's the thing. And you can argue had more talent. That's why we got waxed in that series.
Yeah, for sure. They were just better. And the thing is, we didn't even lose. We lost, I think, game 3 and Game 4 by a lot, but Game 5, we probably, we didn't lose by too much.
I think Randall was worn out. Randall.
But I'm not going to give him that excuse. I'm not going to make excuses. He had a week. Look, Randall's a good player. I mean, it's only playoffs, but he's a very good player, and he will be an All-Star again this coming season. I'm not going to use the excuse he was worn out because he had a week off to prepare, and we had 2 days off a lot. I'm just saying that he just struggled in that series. RJ was up and down in the series. Bullock was garbage in the series. Burks, after Game 1, was kind of up and down.
There's only Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose was our best player in the series. Derrick Rose gave everything he had.
Yeah.
Everything.
Salute Shannon Tucker. He came in. He's new to the channel. Heck Rizzo, salute. Nudie, salute. Moises Guerrero, salute. Tough Kicks and Knicks. Hello. Salute. Yeah, James would have gotten that call. Yeah, it just makes me sad. You hit the ball of Tyler Hansborough and it was cold. Yeah, I remember that. So I remember a few fouls. Like, that was kind of like BS.
Yeah, but I'm not going to blame the refs because Felton 0-7, JR 4-15. I mean,
JR stunk it up. Like, I definitely.
Raymond Felton 0-7. Think about that. An elimination game. Come on.
Some bricks.
That was a big too. However, we only lost by like I think 4 points, yo.
7. We lost by 7.
7, right?
You take away them those, we in the game. And Melo would have been a hero that game because Melo had heart that game.
He had 39. He was hitting mid-range threes. Shumpert was hotter than a furnace. He had 19.
Copeland was hot.
Copeland was hot on fire too.
Oh, that's right, Copeland. Yeah, I forgot about
Chris
that.
Copeland underrated. In fact, Copeland had 9 off the bench. I mean, he only shot 3 of 8, but he was hitting some big shots for us.
He big shots toward the end of the game, which was mattered. Yeah.
It's true. Chandler was 1 for 4, which is ridiculous. Preach only 2 of 6. Jason Kidd didn't take a shot. Amari 1 of 3. I mean, that's why we lost that game. Yes, the free throws, I get that, but I ain't gonna just blame everything on free throws. I ain't just gonna blame everything on free throws because other than Melo and Copeland a little bit and Shumpert, no one else did anything in that game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, nobody else did anything. I blame them too, man. I was mad with JR. I was very mad with JR.
JR, Felton, 0 of 7. Come on. No
Amari too.
Amari 1 of 3. Jason Kidd.
Amari had a short role. He wanted a bigger role, but yeah.
True.
He kind of really mad about his role with the team. I remember him saying that he wanted to know his role. He didn't really get minutes. Woodson ain't keep him in that long.
Right.
Jason Kidd went like a month getting Jason Kidd went like 0 for whatever from the beginning of the playoffs. I think up until that
he only hit I think he only hit 3 threes the whole playoffs. And ironically, he hit 2 threes in game 1 against the Celtics. Ironically,
yeah, and that was it. I think that was it.
He hit 1 more 3. I think after that.
Did we have Kenyon Martin at that time?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Kenyon Martin he actually helped us. He actually helped us with that.
He did well. Yeah,
he played well, very well.
Kenyon Martin. He actually brought a lot to the table, yo. A lot. He was solid for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought that toughness. It wasn't enough in that series though, but he was great.
I still remember Kmart going at it with Tim Thomas. Remember that back in the days?
Oh yeah, sure.
Called the Fugazi, right?
Fugazi, that's funny. That was a Knicks and Nets rivalry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2004. I don't count that as a rivalry too much, but 2004, I get what you're saying. I don't count that as a rivalry, but the Knicks and Nets 2004 series, Game 3 was exciting. The games in New York were exciting, but the games in New Jersey were boring.
They definitely were. I was mad. Well, what's sad about it is we lost to them. So that's what sucks, really.
We got swept. And speaking of Kenyon Martin, he had a 3-point play. I think it was in Game 3. The Nets were up. I remember we put within a point. I remember that. And then Kenyon Martin had a 3-point play. If he doesn't get that, he would have had a shot to probably come back and win. And who knows how different that series could have been.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But the Nets were just deeper. I mean, ironically, that Nets team went to the finals in 02 and 03. So, yeah.
It's better. Yeah, they went to the finals. They went to the finals twice, right? Not
twice, and they lost.
They lost both. I didn't see one of those seasons. I feel like I missed. Like they went against the Spurs. They got swept.
No. The Lakers swept them in 02. The Spurs beat them in 6.
Beat them in 6. Okay. The Spurs one was after, right? That was after the Lakers.
Yeah, it was after. It was after. The Nets almost won the championship. It's just that Tim Duncan was a beast.
Too much.
He was a beast.
Too much, yo.
He almost had a quadruple double in that game. Think about that.
Tim Duncan, because he came. What years he came to the league? 96, 97?
98, 97, 98 season. Yeah.
He was a beast from when he came in the league, and he torched us. He got his first ring then, and then he went on. He went on. I mean, he had to get through the Lakers, of course, but he eventually got through the Lakers. It wasn't really a problem for him. He didn't do Shaq. Wasn't a problem for him. He eventually got through. He got. Tim Duncan got 5 rings, of course, but I'm just trying to think. Like, he was a beast.
5 rings should have been 6. If it wasn't for Ray Allen's crazy 3,
it would have been 6.
It would have been 6.
Yeah, it would have been 6, yo. Ginobili would have had about 4? I think he
4.
came. Parker had about 3 or 4. Yeah.
No, Ginobili has 4 rings. If hypothetically Ray Allen breaks the 3, or Kawhi makes his 3,
Kawhi gets.
Duncan would have had 6, Park would have had 5, and Monty would have had 5.
Right, oh man, and Kawhi would have had 3.
And Danny Green could have won Finals MVP in 2013. You understand how on fire he was in 2013, hitting multiple threes?
Right. No, he was on fire, yo.
He was on fire. If the Spurs would have won the series, he might have won Finals MVP. Danny Green, think about that.
Right. Insane, yo. Very insane.
He's asking best player of the 2000s. There's a lot. There's Shaq, Kobe, Duncan. Man, that's tough.
So I was a diehard Steph fan when he came to New York.
Oh, Stephon Marbury.
Steph, oh my God,
He was a good player. He was
Steph, but he just the thing with Steph, he couldn't get a team. Like he couldn't. I don't know. He just couldn't carry a team too much.
couldn't get a team out. I mean, Steph was good, but couldn't get a team out the first round.
Yeah, and at times he just could barely get there. Like maybe he didn't have the personnel, but I don't know. It just
True.
I don't know. I really don't know.
He did have KG, but you have a point. They lost to the Spurs at times. Also lost to the Blazers at times. Maybe with the Knicks, we lost to the Nets. We just never built a team around Steph that was a contender. You know what I mean?
Like you get these guys like not like Steve Francis, but you get Steve. You got a lot of dudes that were, at the time they were just has-beens. So I'm not gonna say they were has-beens, but you had a lot of guys that were shells of themselves or
shells.
They were shells.
Yeah.
He just wasn't there yet. Like we had Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph was a good player, but he wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet. And he was all right, but he wasn't Eddie Curry. You know,
Curry.
Eddie
God.
Curry. Oh boy. Man.
Jamal Crawford ended up. He wasn't there yet, but he was solid. Jamal
Crawford was a beast.
Jared Jeffries. He wasn't getting much from him besides like defense. I mean, he was solid. Channing Frye was actually solid, in my opinion. He was solid, but we wasn't good enough. But he was solid for his minute. I don't know. We just didn't have it. We had Quentin Richardson, who was probably at the tail end of his career somewhere. He was a
Q
player, but he wasn't going to do much. Yeah, I miss Quentin Richardson. When he was a shell of himself, money with the hat. Yes. I think who else? Yeah, we had Ronaldo Ball. We just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, and also our head coaching was bad. Isaiah Thomas was not a good coach.
Oh, he was terrible.
He was horrible. Here's the craziness. Larry Brown was the head coach of the Pistons in 04, won a championship.
He was terrible too when it came to the Knicks.
He did, but he's a good coach. Larry Brown's a Hall of Fame head coach. Just that season, it just didn't work out. The chemistry was not there.
Marbury did not work. All the changes he wanted to make did not work.
Right.
I think it was a matter of getting through with him. It was a matter of getting through the star player. He got through to AI when AI made that run to the finals. He got through to him. I don't think AI got nothing bad to say about him, but he couldn't get through to Marbury. Him and Marbury just did not work.
Yeah, and I like Marbury. Stephon Marbury was a very good player. He can pass sometimes. He can go to the rack. He can hit the three in the mid range. My problem with Steph, he was kind of a sorry for my language here, egotistical bitch.
Yeah.
Stephon Marbury was kind of egotistical. Sorry.
No, he was. Funny you said
he
that.
was a good player, but and his brain was gone sometimes.
Yeah,
it's like,
too much Vaseline in there.
That and sometimes I feel that does he care about winning? Marbury was a good player, but did he care about winning? That's my problem with Marbury. He was good, he had the talent, but it's just that he couldn't carry a team. I understand he played some tough teams, but he can never carry a team far. You know what I'm saying?
He was with the Suns.
Yeah.
He was okay with the Nets though for a while.
He was with the Nets. He was good.
But he was replaced by Jason Kidd in both of those situations.
Yeah.
Both of those teams.
Right. Jason Kidd, underrated. Jason Kidd, one of the greatest point guards ever, man. I'm glad he got a ring with the Mavs. Great passer, could hit the three. People would call him Acing Kid because he couldn't have a J with Dallas at the time. But then with Phoenix and New Jersey, he started to get a better jump shot.
He started shooting better.
And then his career skyrocketed. Jason Kidd is arguably, you can argue, a top 5 point guard. You can argue that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been to the finals. He's been to the finals 3 times.
3 times, got that chip, man.
You see the team elevated, yo. And even when he was with us, he helped us with the minutes he had next to Randall, and he helped the Knicks, yo.
He did.
Gave contribution. Jason Kidd here. He gave good contribution, yo.
We had veteran leadership. Everyone had leadership. Even Melo was a leader. Jason Kidd was a great leader. Everyone had leadership that year.
Because Jason Kidd, when he first came out, couldn't shoot nothing.
He couldn't shoot, and he got better over time.
He worked on it, and he got good. That's what I'm saying about Ben Simmons. He could do the same thing. If he works on it, he's got to get a better shot.
That's true. Ben's a good player, but I don't want to get into Ben Simmons. I don't want to do that because my grip with Ben Simmons, but yeah, he just needs a better shot. But back to Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd also was a great defender, and Jason Kidd was a great leader. He was a great leader. Like he was a very good leader. The Nets were a joke. The New Jersey Nets were a joke before they had Jason Kidd. Then they go to the finals twice. If it wasn't for the Lakers and the Spurs, he may have had another ring. Who knows?
Right, yo.
That squad was tough.
Yeah, man. It's just that the Lakers had too much talent. The Spurs, they just had too much depth in the Nets. But one of my favorite point guards is Chris Paul. That's one of my favorite point guards.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
Man, every time I watch the 2021 NBA Finals, I'm like, Giannis went freaky on the Suns.
Yeah,
he went freaky.
When you can play him at the 5, it becomes a matchup issue, and it's tough.
Facts, man. And to me, the Suns lost the series in Game 4. Like they were up by 9. I remember this. They were up by 9 in the fourth quarter of that game. If Chris Paul didn't turn the ball over in that possession, or Giannis didn't block Ayton, you can argue the Suns may have won that game. They would have been up 3-1, and they may have won the series. In Game 5, right? You're at home. You're up 16. You got to get Drew Holiday locker. Drew had a good steal on Booker, but if Booker just didn't go to the left side of the elbow where there's a lot of bucks there and just shot it either from the foul line or from the right elbow, you can argue the Suns may have won that game. Man, Chris Paul is one of the most unluckiest point guards of all time. This was his chance to get the chip. If he would have won this championship, I don't care if people would have said, "Oh, you're fraud because of injuries." I don't care about.
He deserves it. He deserves a championship.
He deserves it, but I want to ask you: do you think Chris Paul will ever get a ring or no?
How old is he now? 36.
36.
36. Yeah, I think he could play till 39. I don't know, but I don't know, yo. I don't know.
What's his contract? What's his contract with the Suns? How many years?
3 years more, right?
No. He won't win a championship. If it was a year and he left and went to the Lakers or the Brooklyn Nets or maybe even Philly, I would say yes, but not with the Suns. I don't think he's going to win a chip.
He should have came to New York.
It wasn't going to happen. That was not. I would love that. But he was not going to the Knicks. If he would have won a title with the Suns, maybe, but he won a championship, so I don't think he was going to the Knicks. I would love CP3. He's a great passer. He's a great defender. He can hit the big shot. It's just that my problem with Chris Paul is anxiety sometimes, and he's a great leader in the regular season. He just needs to show that in the playoffs. That just me with Chris Paul. You gotta give the Bucks credit, but if the Suns would have won the championship, man, one, I probably would have came here with the Chris Paul Suns jersey, and two, the fact that would have cemented his career if the Suns would have won the title, in my opinion. But hey, Giannis did not cooperate, and the Greek Freak finally got the chip. And Giannis, now the question is, can he be the best Milwaukee Buck of all time?
Giannis, possibly, yeah. They haven't won. They didn't win since Kareem was over there.
Kareem, Oscar Robertson, 1971, 50 years.
73, okay, 71.
50 years.
He might be the best Buck.
He might be, especially for a stat-wise. This might be, in history.
He is. Can pass. He's athletic. The only thing is to work on his jump shot, but other than that, he can crash the glass, block shots, athletic, can dish the rock. And people forget about this. He had the
best Milwaukee Buck of all time. Did you say the best Milwaukee Buck of all time?
I said arguably. If
Could
he
be
wins another ring or two, you can argue he could be the best Milwaukee Buck of all time. I still think it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But Giannis getting closer. Giannis is getting closer.
Can I get somebody to vouch for Oscar Robertson?
You can make a case for the Big O. Oscar Robertson was very underrated. He can pass.
Yeah, he averaged a triple-double in a season.
Good rebounder.
He was Westbrook before Westbrook.
Yeah.
The Big O was very
He used
underrated.
to get mad rebounds, right?
A lot of rebounds, and he was a great outlet passer.
Almost
Great,
quite
put the
people
ball
do
on the
look like
floor.
a guy. He was insane. Yeah, Oscar's up there. But
He was.
Giannis had Tom. Giannis is still young. How old is Giannis now? 26?
Giannis, yeah, he's 26.
26,
Giannis is in his prime. He has a lot of years.
He got many years to go, yeah.
He has a lot of years. I'm not saying Giannis is the best Buck. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if he can maybe win a few more championships, you can argue he can be the best Milwaukee Buck. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, people forget about you. Remember he had the devastating knee injury against the Hawks in Game 4 at the time? When that injury happened, I thought the Bucks were done. I thought his season was done. But he came back. He looked stronger. He was down 2-0 to the Nets and the Suns, and he got chipped now. I was happy for Giannis. Even though I'm sad that the Suns lost, but I was happy for Giannis and I was happy for the Bucks too, because one, they saved Mike Budenholzer's job, because Budenholzer was a Durant foot on the line from probably losing his job, and two, Drew Holiday was big time in the playoffs, really late in the series. Chris Middleton was clutch in fourth quarters. Giannis played like an MVP. PJ Tucker was great defensively. Brett Forbes was destroying the Heat in the first round. Ironically, Brian Forbes outscored Jimmy Butler in the first round, 60-58. You can check the stat this past season in the first round overall. They had a lot of the Bobby Portis, former Knick, Bobby. He was balling in the playoffs.
Happy for him.
Congrats, he gets a ring, man. Congratulations. Oh, Ray Allen is top 5 as a Milwaukee Buck of all time. Oh, he definitely is top 5. Ray Allen, top 5 Milwaukee Buck of all time.
Absolutely.
Man, and speaking of Ray Allen, in his prime with Milwaukee and with Seattle, he was an athletic freak. He wasn't just a shooter. He was an athletic freak that can also shoot the ball. It's just that with Boston and Miami, because of age and stuff, his athleticism diminished a little bit and became more of a shooter. But Ray Allen was also very clutch. Ray Allen was clutch, man. Whew, he was clutch, man.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Ray Allen was a Buck too. Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson was a Buck.
Mm-hmm.
Now Ray Allison would have been Ray Allison. Ray Allen would have been a good Buck though had he been in there more years. I don't know.
He was already a good Buck. When he was healthy, remember he was healthy. He was healthy in his career until 2002. Around 2002, he had injuries a little bit with the Bucks, but he was healthy. He was one of the best Milwaukee Bucks of all time. And remember, he wasn't just a shooter; he was also athletic too. Don't forget that.
Dunk contest. I don't know if anybody knows. He was in the dunk contest.
He was, man.
Rookie year.
He was, man. Ray Allen was a dog. Ray Allen was a dog, man.
Hey, Chuck Allen. Chuck.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Chuck, can you hear me? Hey. So Ray Allen also played in the same conference as my sons. You know what I'm saying? In South Carolina.
Really?
So yeah, man. So yeah, he played for I forget the name of the school, but he was down here by Shaw Air Force Base.
Oh yeah, something. Yeah. I used to tell people Ray Allen was my cousin all the time. I used to lie about that all the time.
Yeah. So I'm just telling Culley, if you want your son to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, marry a girl from South Carolina.
Say what? So that's so fast. I couldn't even keep up. Say what, Freezy?
Yeah.
I said if you have some babies and you want them to be the number 1 pick in the draft, marry a girl from South Carolina.
South Carolina, okay. Isn't that where Zion's from?
Yep.
Wow. And speaking of Zion, hey, he wants to be a future Knick someday.
Yeah, I see that.
We gotta make that happen.
To me, it depends how the Pelicans do. If the Pelicans continue to underachieve with Zion, I think it may bounce.
I'm hoping that he does. I'm hoping whatever they do doesn't change his mind, and he wants to come to New York anyway.
He does. He loves the Big Apple, and the Pelicans, they just don't have the talent for them to win. I'm sorry. I mean, Ingram is a good player that can score the ball, but he's kind of a ball hog sometimes. I mean, the head coaching was bad. I mean, Alvin Gentry and Stan Van Gundy, really. I mean, really. The Pelicans just never built a great team. Come on, the point guard was Eric Bledsoe. Seriously, like Lonzo Ball was decent, but he's not all that. I just think that, and Cano made a good point. If we did get Zion, we may have to trade Randall. Would you trade Randall for Zion?
I have to think about it. I have to think about it. And the only reason I say that,
you trade? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would have to think about it because it depends on what Randall does this season.
Okay.
If it's a repeat of this year, maybe a tick.
Wow.
Go
ahead.
Maybe a tick up in production. I'm going to say no, because the one thing that I can say Randall does better than Zion at this point is he's a better shooter.
I agree, and better playmaker too.
Right. Will Zion be box office? Is Zion the face that they want on the marquee? Is he going to sell tickets? Yes. The moment Zion says, "I'm with the Knicks," every season ticket will be sold. Every home game will be sold out within an hours. I can guarantee you that.
Oh yeah.
So I would have to wait and see. With Zion possibly could be available the same year RJ's contract is up. Well, his rookie deal is up, right?
Right.
So that's in another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Randall's last year of his contract is a team option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have to trade Randall, because you cannot play both of those guys at the same time. Randall is no good at the 5. I wouldn't put Zion at the 5. If they extend Mitch, that you definitely can't put either one of those guys at the 5. And Randall is definitely not going to come off the bench behind Zion.
You may have to trade Mitch. Because Mitch or Noah. You might have to trade one of them, maybe another player or two, and maybe a few picks to get Zion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Zion, my only problem with Zion is they need to get a better jump shot, needs to be a better free throw shooter, needs to be more consistent in the post. But Zion Wilson's athletic. He can block shots. He just needs to be more consistent in the post and need to be a better spacer. I love Zion, but would I trade Randall for Zion? As of right now, no. Because Julius Randle, like what Cano said, put the Knicks back on the map. He was an all-star. I mean, he was an all-star. So I will probably keep Randall as of right now. I'm going to see what he does this season.
Right.
So before, but I think Randall. Look, I'm not going to overreact with his playoff performance. I'm not. It was one series. Look, Randall's a good player. We just need to, see what he does.
There were a lot of things at work that made Randall look a lot worse than what he actually was in the playoffs. He didn't get any consistent help. We didn't have those
other than Derrick Rose.
Right, other than Derrick Rose. And then we didn't have those shooters that made defenders like, yo, we can't help with the double team because this guy's deadly on the knockdown pull up.
Right.
So I think this year we'll see a different approach. Granted, if we make the playoffs, there are no guarantees. To all of the Knicks fans that are in the chat right now, I am so happy that we made the 4th seed, but to front as if we didn't get help to get that 4th seed, if one win wouldn't have made us the 6th seed, is ridiculous. One loss
One loss
or
could have been different. One win, one loss could have changed it. We could have played the Bucks in the first round.
right. So I'm hoping that we make the playoffs. I'm hoping that we
We will.
are at
We'll
least.
make it.
I don't want to be in the playing game. I don't want to be.
Right.
The 5th seed is the lowest I want to. I would want to be,
Same here.
just because it'll be a tougher time getting out of the first round
Right.
versus last year. Last year we ran up against a team that was better prepared than what we saw in the early part of the season.
Right.
We saw that coaching matters
Mm-hmm.
because once Nate McMillan took over that team, that was
He
a different.
outcoached. He ran circles around Thibs in the playoffs. He ran
Yes.
circles around him.
So
That was ridiculous. How did that happen? I have not to say I have no idea.
Yeah, man, it was. And what also killed us, we kept leaving the corner 3. If you notice in that series, we kept leaving the Hawks for the corner 3, the wing 3. Capella was big at times. Trae Young was unstoppable. I mean, dang it, Gallinari was hitting big shots at times. Bogey was hitting big shots. John Collins had his moments. Even DeAndre Hunter was hitting some big shots for the Hawks. It's just that we just didn't have, you can argue we didn't have the talent. We just didn't have the talent.
That's what it was. We didn't have the talent.
Same thing with the Hawks. Both teams were young. It's just that I just felt we just didn't have the talent. I thought we'll beat the Hawks in 7 games. But millions of why I didn't, even though we were a very good team and we were underrated, millions of why I never thought last year's team was going to be a championship contender. I never thought that. You can defend all you want, but you need to be consistent offensively. You get what I'm saying? You got to be consistent. We were in the bottom 20s offensively. Yeah, we had that 9-game stretch where we were scoring, but not to discredit the team. Most of the teams we played were, average to bottom feeding teams. We got to use some sort of context with this. So, and the Hawks became better defensively in the second half of the season if you actually watch them. So, I thought we'll beat the Hawks. I was wrong. It's just that Atlanta just had more talent and they moved the ball better, and we just didn't have the playmaking and the offense.
And I think we addressed those issues this offseason with those additions. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. That's why I'm not eager to trade anybody just yet. Or at this team is really going to be now that guys have defined roles.
Right.
We know who the bench is. They made sure that bench was solidified. Rose is best on the bench. The bench played its best when Rose was the lead guard, not when Quickly ran the point, and not when they was letting Burks run the point. Because both of those guys look for their shot more than trying to get people involved. Which was the difference with Derrick Rose, because people was like, well, Derrick Rose is taking shots. Derrick Rose took shots when he needed to. When he needed to take a shot, when they were sagging off, okay, well, I'm going to take the shot now. Now when you come to play up, I'm going to give Obi a look. I'm going to hit the guy in the corner. I'm kicking out to Quickly for a wide open deep one. So it's like, I like where our bench is. We know what we have in Julius Randle. RJ has improved since year 1. So I'm expecting him to take another step.
To average 20 plus at least. Average 20 plus. I expect a 20 plus season for RJ.
If RJ averages 20 plus, we're going to be a bigger problem than what people think. Like, you can sleep on this if you want. You get RJ giving you a consistent. Say that again.
What you say, Culley?
Yes, we will see. No, I was going to say, with the guys he has as his teammate.
I think you're breaking up, man.
We'll see if his go up as far as points.
Right. Where I think the Knicks will be. I look at the Eastern Conference, and I look at this in a keen eye. I know many people will call me a hater for this, but I'm going to speak my mind, and I don't care. My number 1, fully healthy, I got the Brooklyn Nets. You can argue the Milwaukee Bucks. That's 1 and 2 for me. Number 3, I think the Miami Heat are going to do a lot of good things this year. With Kyle Lowry, they got PJ Tucker as a champion, Markieff Morris. They kept Jimmy Butler, bamming about. I think Miami's going to do a lot of good things this year. My number 4, I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to take the next step. I think Atlanta's going to take the next step. People forget about this. You can argue that if Trae Young did step on the referee in Game 3 in the Bucks series, and DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish are healthy, you can argue the Hawks may have made the NBA Finals. You can argue that. And I think the Hawks have a lot of shooting. They had a lot of shooting, and they're a good defensive team when they need to be. So I got the Hawks at number 4. My number 5, I still got the Sixers. I understand the whole Ben Simmons saga. I know the whole Ben Simmons saga, but I just think that with Embiid, you still got Doc, who's a good coach. You still got some pieces like Danny Green. And who knows? They might even get Dame. Who knows? Philly might even get Dame. I think Philly's still going to be really good. Number 6 and 7 to me is kind of a tie. Because I understand we have a better bench, but the Bulls arguably have a better starting 5. You can argue Levine is better than Fournier. Kemba's better than Lonzo. DeRozan is better than RJ. Vucevic is better than our center. It's a tie with me. I say it's a tie between 6 and 7 with the Bulls. My number 8, I think the Hornets are going to make the playoffs. I think Charlotte's going to make the playoffs. I don't think Boston gets in. I'm sorry. I look at the Celtics roster. Is Jaylen Brown going to stay healthy? Jason Tatum is nice, but Dennis Schroeder's so streaky and Al Horford is getting old. And they don't have any depth off the bench. So my top 8, my number 1, I got the Nets. Number 2, I got the Bucks. Number 3, I got the Heat. Number 4, I got the Hawks. Number 5, I got the Sixers. Number 6 or 7 is a tie with me between the Knicks and the Bulls. And number 8, I got the Hornets.
I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. If we had a winning record against Philadelphia, I would have put us at number 5. But you made a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
And before you continue, Chuck, no, I'm not a Knicks hater. I mean, if you don't like my list, I don't care. At the end of the day, I look at how the East is. The Knicks are good, but we have to consider this. Is Kemba going to stay healthy? Is Fournier going to stay healthy? We have to consider all this stuff. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I have us a little bit lower, because I just look at the Eastern Conference, and I just think those teams are more talented. You were saying, Chuck? I'm sorry. You were saying, Chuck?
I'm like I said, man. I'm not mad at that. I think we some of us Knicks fans can be homers too much, and we don't look at things in its proper context because we're looking it through our orange and blue lenses.
Right.
The Atlanta Hawks were a better team than us. Let's face it, the Atlanta Hawks are the 2013-2014 Golden State Warrior light version.
2014. You talking about before they were a championship contenders?
Yeah,
right?
before.
Okay.
Before they won the championship, when it was like, oh wow, okay, they have the Curry-esque type point guard with Trae. They have the Clay-esque type shooting guard with Bogdanovich. You have your
injuries can happen to any team. It could also happen to us. That's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
It can happen to us. So if we lose Kemba or Fournier for games, then what are we talking about? It can happen to any team, including us. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Y'all can hear me?
Right.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Well, yeah. You good, Culley. I see someone was saying that is coaching then. Nate McMillan
He's a good coach.
Outcoached Tom
Fitz.
Thibodeau. And Nate McMillan, now I don't know. I'm a little bit older. I'm probably the oldest person on the panel at the moment. Nate McMillan was a tremendous defensive player when
Seattle,
he played in Seattle. So for him to bring that to a young core that we was like, oh man, these guys are soft, and they out-bullied us. They came and out bullied us. They now we're going to do what we want. Those guys are all bluff. So you have to give them their respect, and you have to put them ahead of us in that sense.
And they were 2 wins away from the finals. And like I said, you can argue if they were healthy. You can argue they would have played the Suns in the finals.
Right.
The Hawks are still deep. I mean, the Hawks are still deep. I'm not saying they're amazing. I'm not saying that, but the Atlanta Hawks are still a very good young team.
Yeah, you can debate that.
Yeah, I agree. Again, we don't know what the season is going to hold. We don't know how injuries are going to play a part in it. But if we're taking into account some of last year, plus how rosters look this year, the way you have it ranked, I'm not mad at that. There are other people that think we're going to be in the play-in. They're not Knicks fans. They think the Knicks, they made a good run last year, but this year the East has gotten better, and I don't think they got better by adding Fournier.
We're still a very good team. It's just that I look at the Eastern Conference. It's just that I look at the Eastern Conference. Yeah, injuries can happen, but it could also happen to us. You can't just look at injuries towards other teams and ignore us, because you got to consider Kemba is injury prone, Fournier is injury prone, Rose is injury prone. So if we lose those guys, then Alec Burks is injury prone. So if we lose those guys, then we're in trouble.
That happened to us. Mitch, Derrick Rose in the middle of the season. It happened to us quite a like.
Right. That's what Knicks fans have to consider. It's easy to say the team. It's easy to say the Knicks could be a top 4 seed next year, but are we going to be? I don't know. I guess I don't know. I think we'll be a playoff team, but I just got to be honest, man. It's like, it's not against the Knicks. The Knicks are a very good team, but you can't always assume the what if is going to happen. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't always assume. Why? Because those teams are healthy. Then what? So that's what I'm saying. I think Philly's going to drop, but I think it'll drop to like 5th. That's what I'm saying. I put them at 5th. Because remember, they beat. I'm not trying to hate on the Knicks, but we gotta use some logic here. The Sixers did beat the Knicks without Joel Embiid in that one game. We gotta be honest. So we gotta look at that. You still got Seth Curry who can shoot. You still got Danny Green who can hit big shots. I know Joel Embiid's injury prone, but when he's healthy, you know, he's still the best center in the NBA, arguably. Ben Simmons, look, I know Ben Simmons can be egotistical, but he loves playing the Knicks.
Right.
You can have depth all you want, but it's also talent. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we could be deeper than everybody else, but the Heat are still deep. The Nets are still deep. I mean, the Hawks are deep. Let's not act. Look, the Knicks are deep, but let's not act if we're the deepest team in the East. Let's not act at that, okay? So we're a deep team, but other teams are deep too. The Bucks are still deep. They're the champions, for Pete's sake. The Bulls, I say they're tied, because here's why I say the Bulls are tied with me, because they still have a very good starting 5.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They still have they still got Vucevic, who's a top 5, arguably a top 5 center in the NBA right now. You still got Zach LaVine, who's a top 5 shooting guard, top 10 shooting guard in the NBA right now. You still got, DeMar DeRozan, who can hit the mid-range, who can do a lot of things. Caruso is a champion. I just think that when I look at these things, I don't care if people call me a Knicks fan pessimist. I don't care at this point. I just look at the East, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it with my gut. I say we're tied with 6 or 7 because, like I said, you can't always assume that injuries are gonna happen to every single team. You can't always do the what if for everybody. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, if we want to live in delusional land or la la land where everything falls our way, then fine. You know, I think I'm going to say right now, based on last year's performance and our additions this year, I'll give us the edge over the Bulls because we have something that they don't have, and that's chemistry.
That's a good point. I say it's a tie with me. That's a good point.
Even with the guys that we just picked up, like Kemba and Fournier, they played together already.
Right.
True. But we don't have chemistry with them too. You also have to consider that Kemba, Fournier have not played with the Knicks, so we have to develop chemistry with them too. You know.
Right.
I think they'll adapt to Mitch pretty fast. No.
Say that again.
I think they'll adapt to Mitch pretty fast.
Mitch, because Mitch is not a guy that you game plan, like you have plays for. He sets the pick and he's open. I'm gonna lob it to him. I think the main thing is Randall being able to be comfortable without the ball. You know, him initiating the offense all the time, and how RJ is going to play off of Kemba and Fournier, like how that really is going to play out, because Randall's the best player on the team, right?
Oh, big time facts, yeah.
So who's going to be the number 2? Is it going to be Fournier? Is it going to be RJ?
That's what I'm saying. That's why, yes, they play with each other, but remember, Tom Thibodeau has a different system than Brad Stevens. That's why I'm saying it's going to take this team time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's up in the air. That question's up in the air right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's not me being a pessimist or whatever. I'm just looking at things in a keen eye. I'm a true Knicks fan myself, but I'm not going to say crazy things like, oh, we're going to be top 2 in the East. That's ridiculous. It can happen, but it probably won't happen. So that's why I'm saying that when I look at the East and when I use eye test, everyone fully healthy, I just think, Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. Nate McMillan's a great coach. Doc Rivers is a good coach in the regular season. Mike Budenholzer, he's a very good regular season coach. Steve Nash is not a great coach, but he's good in the regular season. And people need to remember this. The Nets had injuries too, and they were the 2 seed in the East. So if they're fully healthy, hypothetically speaking, I think they're the number 1 seed in the East.
Which team?
The Nets. If they're healthy, I think they'll get the top seed in the East.
Yeah.
The only team that can leapfrog them in the East is the Bucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's not me being a hater or a Knick pessimist. I just gotta be honest. I just don't see us a top 4 seed in the East. I do think we'll make the playoffs, but you also got to consider Kemba and Fournier injury prone. So is Rose, and you also have to consider that Kemba and Fournier are in a different system than they were on previous teams. So we're going to develop chemistry too.
I think here's what I'm afraid of. That chemistry that I just spoke about not coming to fruition because you have to run a different type of offense. I think we ran the offense that we ran last year because of the personnel that we had. We didn't have guys that can execute certain things. We didn't have guys that can think under pressure and know how to move in certain motion offenses. A lot of guys look lost. Even Obi looked lost in the beginning, where he had to do a little too much, right? So it depends on what type of offense is implemented during the off season and how quickly guys can pick it up and adapt to it. Exactly. Because that is definitely going to be key to what we're going to do next year, because Randall won't be initiating the offense unless you're going to make Kemba a spot up jump shooter, which I think takes away from what he brings to the game as being someone who could break down the defense and get into the paint area. You know?
Right.
Right.
Basketball is not that difficult.
Nah, it's pretty tough. Basketball's not easy to just game plan. You still gotta know team schemes. You gotta have the proper coaching. Basketball's not as easy as it is. It's not that easy. And sometimes you need a little bit of luck.
A lot of things, yeah, you do. A lot of things got to factor in. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah.
A lot of things you factor in. Like,
Right. And I want to ask you something. As of right now, I know it's early, but as of right now, be honest. Who do you think is going to the NBA Finals? As of right now,
Lakers and Nets.
Same here. What about you, Chuck?
Oh, I agree. I think it's going to be the Lakers and the Nets, barring no injuries or season-ending injuries. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to be those. I think it's going to be those teams.
And I want to be funny. Would I know this?
Why
is
you
not
ain't funny? Why you ain't ask me?
Sorry. So, okay, Uncle Freezy, be honest with me. As of right now, I know things could change in the future, but just right now, who do you think is going to make the NBA Finals?
The Utah Jazz versus the New York Knicks.
Wow. Okay. But a matchup that I want to see, is a finals rematch between the Suns and the Bucks. I know that's not going to happen, but I would love to see it. A finals rematch.
I would like to see us. Before I see that, I want to see us play the Hawks again in the playoffs.
That can happen.
That's my rematch. I want to see us play them. I want to see if anything's changed.
True, but I don't believe in the Utah Jazz. Another thing, I know people like saying, "Oh, we have to wait and see." But the Jazz, man, for me, they're not a wait and see type team. For me, it's like I already know what's going to happen. Like, look, I've been wrong a lot of my life, but and I was wrong by the Jazz being the Clippers emphatically. But when I look at this Jazz team, I don't trust Gobert in the playoffs. I don't trust Quinn Stein in the playoffs. I don't see how this team's coming out the West. I don't see it. They're not going to the finals.
Afro Jedi, DJ, you're right. We don't have we have no offensive creativity. I mean, we'll see now. Tibbs doesn't really have the playmaker. He just, he tells guys to go out and go do what you do best, which is cool in some cases, but he has no offensive strategy. So you got a point. It's true. I'm just being objective.
Yeah.
Culley, how you gonna say that? How you gonna say that, bro? When the Knicks shot the second highest 3-point percentage in the NBA, you don't just get open looks. That don't matter. The point is, it does matter. No. Let me finish my point. You've been talking the whole time. Let me finish my point. My point is, you don't get open looks like that if you're not creative on offense.
Right. I'm saying that's cool in the season though, but the season doesn't end until the playoffs end.
Thank you.
Right. You feel me? Like our season wasn't over in the playoffs, and we looked like a shell of the team that we was in the season.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't just base off, we were number 2 in the regular season. What does all that mean? Like, what does all that mean?
It means that we were number 2 in the regular season.
And does regular season depict what's going to happen in the playoffs?
No. See, but y'all are mixing two questions together. The thing was, the first statement was that Tibbs doesn't have an offensive system. Right. That was the statement that was made initially. Like Tibbs don't have an offensive season, and I answered that with, how does Tibbs not have an offense when we shot second and we had the second highest 3-point percentage in the NBA? It's because Tibbs had a system that he ran, but he didn't have the pieces to run it efficiently.
I'll tell you
now you add Fournier and Kemba Walker. Now, let's see what Tibbs can do.
Yes, but I'll tell you
offensively.
why. I'll tell you why. The system is Randall, go out and do what you do best. He got double teamed. When he got double teamed, he found his teammates. He was very poised with his decision making, somewhat. Found his teammates. They knocked down three. In the playoffs, they didn't double him, and that's what happens when you don't double somebody. They didn't double him in the playoffs. They had guys that just, they wasn't. They wasn't. How you say it? They're not a stall. They're a body. So he had guys that guarded him. DeAndre Hunter got his looks. John Collins got his looks. You know what I'm saying? And
Right. So are y'all saying that Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton was saucing people up from the perimeter? That's what y'all saying?
that they was
Reggie
what?
Bullock was breaking people. Y'all suggesting Reggie Bullock was breaking people down off the dribble?
No one's saying that.
One guy broke guys down with the dribbles that whole series, and that was Derrick Rose.
Right. So what I'm saying? Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
so clearly, what y'all missing from what I'm saying is if Tibbs had a system, he ran a high pick and roll
Right.
system, right? What happens is just because the guy with the ball often shot the ball doesn't mean that they wasn't running plays. They ran plays all year long. But the thing is when you put Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, and Nerlens Noel on the floor at the same time, they do not present themselves as key offensive threats. That's why the ball was in Randall's hand a lot of the time, and that's why Derrick Rose had to shoot so much. I mean, if y'all are telling me that Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock, and Elfrid Payton were offensive threats, but Randall hogged the ball, then I don't know who I'm talking to.
No, Randall didn't hog the ball at all. I'm good twisted. He didn't hog the ball at all. And I'm sure he wanted to find his teammates, but there was really no which goes back to the statement. There was really no creativity. There was really nothing. There was really nothing he could really do in the playoffs.
Right. There was no creativity because Tibbs didn't have many creators.
Yeah,
but now he has Fournier and Kemba Walker. Things will look a lot different with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier on the floor. Is what I'm getting at. They'll probably run the same system, but Evan Fournier in this system will get so many easy looks. It's going to be almost embarrassing. It's going to be like a kid in a candy store. And the same thing with Kemba, because you can't double Kemba because you have a lob threat at the basket in Julius Randle, and you have three dudes on the floor with Kemba and Mitch that can shoot 40% from three. And I'll name them: Fournier, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle can all shoot 40% from three. Right? You know how I know? Because they've done it before.
So you second what?
They've done it before.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, I agree. I'm just saying it's the season and it's the playoffs. I mean, it was different come playoffs.
Well, the playoff thing the playoff thing was different. The playoff thing was like, yo, you got Nerlens Noel out here, you got Reggie Bullock out here, you got Elfrid Payton out here. Man, we ain't gotta respect them. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to respect them at all. It's like you ain't gotta respect them offensively. Elfrid Payton ain't get ready to go off in over 28. Yeah, Reggie Bullock ain't get ready to, go off and score 35.
Yeah, I mean,
Nerlens Noel ain't get ready to sauce up no opposing team center, go off for 25 to 15. That's easy to defend.
For sure. And granted, like, we have better personnel now. So things, same things that were run, if Randall was to get double teamed, if he does, he can kick it out. And if whoever he kicks it out to, if that man closes out, the guy can put it on the floor and go right by him, right to the basket. And then, maybe he goes to the basket. Mitch Mann helps out. Lob threat right there. That's a lob right there. Free lob for Mitch. If you can get so creative now you can get creative because you got guys that can create. They're not the most I was gonna say they're not the most flashiest, but Kemba's very flashy. You know what I'm saying?
He is. With Charlotte, he was a top 5, top 10 point guard at that time with the Hornets.
I mean, now granted, we got Kemba in his his twilight years. He ain't he's not the same healthy wise. I'm sure he'll give us good minutes when he's healthy. But now we have.
Let me ask you this. Though, if Kemba Walker gets single coverage on a nightly basis, do you think on one of them nights he can go off for 25, 30 points?
When you mean single coverage, you mean like a guy's left on an island with him?
Yeah.
If a guy's left on the island with him for majority of the game, yeah, Kemba can go off. Yes, about 20, 25. 25
Yeah,
might be a lot. It depends on the minute. But yeah, yes, I believe he can go. Yeah, in the 20s. Yeah, I'll say in the 20s. Yeah.
well, what about Evan Fournier? If Evan Fournier gets single coverage on a nightly basis, do you think Evan Fournier can score you can go off for 18 or 20,
Yes.
25?
Yes, those were the numbers in my head, 18 to 20. So yes, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but and so the thing is, though, the thing is with that is I don't think Alfred Payton could do that. I don't think Alfred Payton could go off for 25 or 30
He
in a
can't do that.
game.
He can't at all because teams. You're predictable. When you don't have a jump shot, you're already not gonna get respected by teams, and you
Right.
know all the team has to do is force you to come into the paint where you make your bread and butter, where you do score, where you are effective, and just collapse on you from there. And that's all. Alfred Payton can't do. He's just horrible, completely. He's completely horrible. He gets into the paint. He'll probably force up a dumb layup. The guy was just horrible. He couldn't shoot, which made it worse. So he was horrible. If we had a point guard that can shoot twice as better than Payton, we'd probably be good. Like we had a Ricky Rubio, we'd probably be good. We'd probably have a better record.
I'll do you one better. If we had Miles McBride last year, and Miles McBride played our Payton minutes, I think we make the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Based around Trey, I could agree with that.
So, but here's why I say that. Here's why I say that, right? I didn't say we would win in the Eastern Conference Finals. I said we make it.
I know you said.
I
hear your reason. I hear your reason.
Right. What I'm saying is this though. I like our chances against Philly, just like I like Atlanta's chances against Philly once Atlanta beat us. And if Atlanta beat Philly, I felt like we could beat Philly also. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you know, who do you put Ben Simmons on and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Alfred Payton offensively gave you zero, right? Gave you zero. And not only was he not able to score, but he wasn't able to set up teammates. You know what I'm saying? That's a double negative. At least with a Ben Simmons type, if he's not getting his, he can at least set up his teammates to score. Alfred Payton couldn't even do that for us. So now you're talking about a point guard that can't get you can't get offense from you know, it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. And the Miles McBride thing might have been a stretch. Hey, boss lady. Yeah, the Miles McBride thing might have been a stretch, but I'm just frustrated with the fact that we had point guards that couldn't set teammates up for easy baskets.
I'll be honest with you, man. Look, I hear what you're saying, Freezy. I don't think we beat Philly because you have to consider this. I understand they lost to Atlanta, but here's the difference. Atlanta did have some shot creation. Lou Will, Gallinari a little bit, Bogey. I just felt that we didn't have enough, other than maybe Derrick Rose and Alec Burks, we didn't have enough shot creators. And I just think that Joel Embiid, because you have to consider this, he did get hurt with the torn meniscus. So if you have a healthy Joel Embiid, I just think that he would stretch out Noel and Robertson if we were healthy. And also, I just think that Ben Simmons could contain RJ Barrett. You have to consider that, though. And Danny Green, I know Danny Green is streaky, but he can't hit big shots. Same thing with Seth Curry. He can't hit big shots. And Tobias Harris loves playing the Knicks. So I don't see how we beat Philly. And again, I understand Doc Rivers has choked in the playoffs, but Tom Thibodeau, he's as an assistant, as a head coach, I don't see he hasn't really been amazing in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. So personally, for me, I just think that Philly would have beat us. And don't forget too, I know Dwight Howard was old, but Dwight can still get you some block shots and can still get you offensive rebounds. So I just think that we would have lost to Philly. That's just me.
I agree. Well, let me say this. Let me go ahead and add some gasoline, kerosene, and lighter fluid to this thing. The way we beat Philly is we have to play Kevin Knox.
If we play Kevin Knox, we probably losing 5 games to Philly.
If we take a look at Kevin Knox statistics against the Philadelphia 76ers with Ben Simmons guarding him, Kevin Knox is averaging over 20 points. Had a 30-something point game, and then the back-to-back night had 26 with the monster dunk. So I'm really BSing right now, but I just wanted to say that to really piss off the chat.
I
We
don't
never
know
Well,
played
about
Kevin
that.
well,
Knox.
I don't
and
know.
plus, I was gonna add this. So if we beat Atlanta, then Mitchell Robinson comes back for the Philadelphia series.
Mm.
I hear you, but like I said, if he would have came back, we don't know how he would have looked in that series. So that's what I'm saying. He just came back from injury. So that's what I'm saying. I hear you, Freezy, but I'm sorry, man. I just think Philly just had more talent. I just think that arguably they had a better coach. I just think we would have lost. I do think we would have won 6 games with Philly, but I just think that the Sixers would have been us. That's just me.
Well, we didn't have no Mitch for
Yeah,
Embiid.
but what does that mean? Like, what does all that mean? Mitch is not gonna stop Embiid 4 out of 7 times.
He's not. He's not going to stop him. Probably won't stop him at all. But I mean, it's good to have depth at that position if you're going. If you got Embiid, giving your team the work.
And like I said, Philly did. I know the Sixers are inconsistent, but one, Danny Green can hit big shots, is proven, and Seth Curry can hit big shots in the playoffs.
You know what I would have did. What I would have did with Atlanta, yo, because we had no schemes for them. I would have just let everybody just go 1-on-1. Same way they played us, we should have played them instead of collapsing on Trey. Collapsing on Trey made us look very inexperienced. Yo. Just thinking about it, made us we look very inexperienced.
That's what I'm saying. Experience with that's what, exactly. That's another
We
good
think
point.
like Tom and Jerry out there, yo. Like
Tom and Jerry.
that's
And
how,
again, I like Alec Burks, but if you actually notice with Alec Burks, he's not that good of a playoff performer. He only shot 43% versus Atlanta, which is not great. And he only shoots like 38% in the playoffs. That's another thing you have to consider. He's kind of streaky in the playoffs. That's another reason why I don't think we would have been Philly. And also, rebounding would matter in that series. Howard can get you rebounds, and B will get you rebounds.
well, yeah, like he was. Yeah, it's ironic because Alec Burks played for Philly last. He played with them last year when they lost to the Celtics. He was going off for them, but Alec Burks only going to give you but so much. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. And also,
Though, don't get me wrong, Alec Burks is a very good piece on the team, but it's just like we wasn't going to get like nothing outstanding from Alec Burks. Like, he gave us game one, which was cool. Like he went hard game one. Like he was hot. I mean, it's like, but we needed more. Like Randall had a bad game that game. Like we could have used more. And then the ticky tack fouls, for Trey in the end of the game was pretty suspect.
Right.
Most of the guys we had weren't starters on other teams, so
Exactly.
it was ridiculous of us to think that these guys were going to give us more than what they gave us.
We're not going to beat the Sixers. You have to understand the Hawks match well with the Sixers. There's a reason why we lost like 15 straight games against Philadelphia. There's a reason. So I don't see how we beat the Sixers. And like I said, size is going to matter in that series. And also, again, Reggie Bullock is streaky. RJ Barrett was young. Randall was young. And we didn't have, other than Derrick Rose and maybe Alec Burks, we didn't have shot creation in that series. That's why I don't see how we beat the Sixers. I don't see it.
Right.
Okay. Afro asked a good question. He asked a good question. If we could make a trade run to put us to at least number 2 in the East, what would we have to add?
Number 2 in the East, who? Wow, that's tough.
Wait, let me see. So if we can make a trade to run, that's a tough one because it's like, I feel like where we are right now. What trade? Because it's like if the game was if we was to play a game tomorrow, RJ starting at the 3, and then you pay 48 all this money, he would have to be included in that trade. I mean, do you trade for a small forward and then relegate RJ to the bench? You relegate 48 to the bench and then put RJ to 2. It's like I'm confused about that position the most. And then you have Alec Burks that plays a small, he plays a small ball 3. He's a 2, but plays a small. You're doing big. I mean, do you trade for a wing? Who do you trade for? Is the question. I mean, that's
a good point. That's tough. I don't know about number 2 in the East. It depends where we're at in the season, though.
That's why I think it'll play out during the season. Like if we're missing something, then a trade may happen.
Yeah.
I think Tibbs probably gets demanding this season. Bang his fist on the table. Get me this guy. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, though. So it would have been. I mean, there was a lot of what ifs last year. Like, what if Trey didn't step on the ref? What if KD's foot wasn't on the line? What if, Giannis had the block? I mean, there's a lot of what ifs in NBA history. I mean, some people say Bradley Beal. What do you think about Kennell's Dre? Getting Bradley Beal for Knox, Obi, IQ, Burks, and 2 first-round picks. Don't you think that's a lot? That's too much.
I'll tell you what I think. No, that's what I love. Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is nice.
He's nice, man, but that's a lot.
It's too much. I'm not giving up. We might as well just keep building. We see a little move we can make. We take it from there. I mean, we got a power forward. We got a big man. We got RJ. Man, child, who would be that star small forward? Who could we trade for? I don't know who we could trade for. That's a star small forward right now.
Jonathan Isaac. That's the only guy that I like.
And
he's good, but I love Isaac. He's very athletic and shoot the 3. My problem is that he's very injury prone. He hasn't played in what?
He had that big. 2 years, 3 years now. 2 years. He missed. He ain't played since 2019 season, right?
Yeah, he hasn't played since the bubble.
Just the bubble.
Yeah, he's been out for a minute now. Yeah. See, like, man, it would just be a waste, yo. No, I mean, no, it's not a waste but you make a small. He should be cheap. He should be cheap with that injury. His value should have went down. He's a good. He has sky high potential too. Isaac. He's about 6'9", 6'10". How tall is he?
6'10" or 6'11".
Athletic, lanky. Long arms, wingspan. Can shoot the 3. His athleticism might have lost a little from the injury. Probably trying to get it back, but. He would be solid. He just has to be. He had to be cheap. I would make a run. I wanted to see last year. We should have made a run for some guys like me. I don't know. I like the guy a lot. Aaron Gordon. I like Aaron Gordon. I would have.
He's moving all right. Aaron Gordon, all right.
He's not like no. I mean, like he's not phenomenal. But we just a 3 would have been good. Like he's a bigger 3. He's like 6'8", 6'9". We need a big 3, like not a small, not a light 3. That's 6. 6'7". Well, I don't think 6'7" is cool, but. We don't need a small 3 that guys can just shoot right over, or they bully them to the basket. We don't need guys like that. We need a big body 3. I would think we need size. Because remember, I mean, for one, I think about that Nuggets game. Like it's only one game. We're only gonna play the Nuggets twice this season. But you guys, a lot of guys say, "Oh, Knicks could win a championship." You gotta think about it. If we was to get to the finals, you gotta think about those Western teams, like a team like
we didn't match well with the Suns. If the Lakers were healthy, I don't think we beat them. If the Clippers were healthy, I know we beat them in the regular season, but that doesn't really matter. That's regular season. Like,
you don't be no, I mean? No.
I don't know, man. I'm a true Knicks fan, but at best, if we did beat the Hawks, I say we would have pushed Philly to 6 or 7 games at best. I don't think we win that. And if we're lucky to get past that series, I don't see how we beat Milwaukee. It's Milwaukee again. Brook Lopez can score in the paint. Giannis is a dog. Drew Holiday can slow down RJ Barrett. Chris Middleton can hit big shots. We have to consider all these things.
Right. Yeah, things that has to be considered, yo.
I mean, I get upset when people call me, I'm a hater or I'm pessimistic, but I'm just being honest. I'm just giving you some sort of facts. I've been wrong a lot, but sometimes we just got to pump the brakes and just, I know people like saying wait and see, but sometimes certain things you don't have to wait and see. You know what I mean? That sometimes you got to be honest with yourself.
Right.
How much is Beal making?
Brad Beal? Let me see.
He's got a big
probably a big contract. Let me see.
130. I'm thinking 130. I look. I don't know why that number's in my head. Watch it be something like that.
A 2-year, $71 million deal.
Oh, I'm bugging them.
Oh, so that's 35 and a half. So yeah, that trade that was proposed. Let me see who said it because the screen just moved.
2 years. You're right. 2 years, 70. Damn.
So Knox. Oh yeah, that was Canal. He said Knox, Obi, IQ, Burks, and 2 firsts. Knox is making 5.
I'm not even not yet, man. I don't care if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know why people think, I'm negative. How's it me being negative? Like, how am I a negative Knicks fan? Like, what do you want me to say? We're gonna win a championship this year? No, I'm gonna speak my mind if people like it or not. We're a good team, but I don't think we're a title contender. It's not me being negative, and I've given the Knicks some props this past season, right? So I don't know what they're talking about.
Man, you can't really pay the chat too much attention.
Right.
Knox,
I love the
Knox,
chat. I know what you mean.
Knox making 5.6. Obi's making Knox is making like 5.8. Obi's making 5.6. So that's
10,
almost 10 and a half.
11.
With
Yeah.
Burks, that's 20.
Right.
IQ is only making $2.5 million. So that's not even $25 million.
Mm-hmm.
With
And
the
Bill
2
makes
first
like
round picks,
35 plus.
like we're in a situation where we have to get closer to the salary. Like we have to at least get to 30.
Yeah, man, that'll be tough.
Right. That means another 2 guys, or you put Noel in that because he's making 10. But just with the guys that you named, nah, I don't think that's enough. And I don't think we should do it. Yes, none of those guys, none of the guys that just recently signed contracts can be traded right now. Only the 6 guys that were under contract last year, which was which was Randall, RJ, Knox, Obi, Quickly, Luca, and Mitch.
Right.
And I don't think we want to give up any of those guys. Maybe Luca, if someone wanted Luca, because I don't think Luca Vildoza is ready for NBA play yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's about $3.5 million or $3.3 million, something like that. I'm betting on our guys. Like there's really no, like right now, we really shouldn't be thinking about trying to trade anyone, because when I did the math for the Ben Simmons, I was like, if you're trading for Ben Simmons, y'all know that it's going to be Randall and RJ in that deal because they make the most money.
No, make these so points. You make Philly 100 times better if you do that.
Oh yeah, and again, I know people like say, "Oh, Ben's a good playmaker." Yeah, he's a good playmaker, but again, But here's the thing we have to consider: Ben is kind of sensitive sometimes. So would he really listen to Thibs though? That's why I don't think he would fit in New York. That's just me. I don't think he would fit, and he can't shoot. Like, here's what we need to consider: if the game is close in the fourth quarter, right, and we have Ben Simmons, teams can foul him. You know what I mean? And he's not a great free throw shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the narrative that, oh, if we get Ben, we would win a championship is ridiculous to me. Sorry, I don't think we would win with Ben. I don't think so. If we had a Kyle Lowry or Malcolm Brogdon or a point guard, or I'm being funny, Chris Paul, this team could do a lot of great things. But if we get Ben Simmons, yes, he's a good passer. Yeah, he's a good defender, but he can't shoot. And he doesn't have to hurt. I'm sorry. It's easy to think he could change in New York, but is he really going to change in New York? Probably not. Because I'm sorry, he's not going to listen to Thibs and stuff. And also, he doesn't care for shooting. And I know people like saying, oh, he only played one system in Philly. He did have 2 different coaches in Philly, Brett Brown and Doc Rivers. I don't think they had the same system. I doubt it.
My thing about Ben Simmons, and I've said this comparison, and people just like totally blow. Magic Johnson could not shoot the basketball at all. True. Magic Johnson used to shoot a 2-handed free throw. He developed a hook shot, and it wasn't until he was 30 that he was started taking threes. So, I like Ben Simmons is 25. I don't want us to experiment and take him on, and it doesn't pan out for us.
Sure, but Magic, I'm not saying he was great from, but he's a better shooter than Ben Simmons, if we're being honest. And Magic, again, we can't really compare Ben to Magic because Magic did other things too. I'm sorry. I just don't buy into the Ben Simmons side. I just don't buy into that.
Right. But look,
I
look,
don't want him. I don't want him because, dude, you have the physical attributes that most NBA players wish they had. To be that tall, to be that athletic, to be a ball handler, and you don't practice shooting at all.
Exactly. It's easy to say he could change. It's easy to say that, but he hasn't changed. It's been 5 years. So is he really going to change his game? Like, it's easy to say he could, but is he going to? I doubt it. Sorry.
Magic became a better shooter. Like y'all guys didn't. Y'all guys can't be old enough to watch Magic in the '80s, bro. Magic Johnson had the worst jump shot ever until he developed that hook shot. Once he developed that hook shot, he was once he got into the paint, he was unstoppable. Yes, he became a better free throw shooter when he started shooting his free throws with both hands. You don't believe me? Go out of the chat, type in Magic Johnson free throws from the '80s, and you'll see.
Yo, Chuck, G Money.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this again.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about. Yeah, because I want to finish that debate too. But we about to wrap it up here.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out my guy Chuck. Shout out G Money. I appreciate.